tough. How the fuck can you understand the algos? So what I would suggest is this, and this is how I did it. I spent the weekends, literally, I spent the weekends for like 5, 6 months going over old charts and write these times down. The algos have liquidity, have moments of liquidity, and these times are very powerful. So write these time down, guys. Obviously, market open. That's when you're going to get your straight manipulation. You're going to get, if you're not strong enough to, be in the market as it opens, then wait 20, 15, 20, 30 minutes till after. Okay?
Yeah, that's what I've been doing. I can't deal with that first 15, 20 minutes.
Oh, dude, I love it. And
Yeah.
so do that. The second time of day, and you guys obviously know that. Market makers, and make sure you guys write this stuff down. Market makers go to lunch 9 Pacific Standard Time, 12 Eastern Standard Time. Okay? So during those times, they do not want the algos to run rampant and just take off. They do not want the algos to take off. And that's when shorts come in and try to catch reversals on the way down. They try to catch the things that have ran, like Verb. It'll probably just start dipping and selling off. Right? Monday through Thursday, algos typically will come back once the market makers come back from lunch around 10 to 10, and you'll see liquidity come back into the market after that. So between 10 and 10:30, you'll see liquidity come. So make sure you're memorizing this stuff. Whatever time frame it is on your guys' end, make sure you make the adjustment properly. Okay? And so then on Fridays, the algos come on and they add liquidity to the market right around 12:30. Okay, so Fridays, it's very, very different. Okay, so once market makers go to lunch, they typically have a really long lunch. They'll go all the way from 9 Pacific Standard Time all the way to like 9, 10, 11, 12, around 12, which is, 12. I don't know what time it is over there, but they're Eastern time, guys. So do the math yourself. However, that's one of the ways that those are the best times to spot liquidity grabs. Okay? So write down liquidity grabs. Liquidity grabs are when stocks have bottom based, and then you'll see when the algo has sold off, you'll see the algo rebalance those shares, rebalance the book. And so you'll see that. So a lot of people are familiar with this already in this room. Now, if you want to understand it, take the weekends, go back to some old charts and use on demand.
Oh, yeah.
And go to the specific times and then watch what happens to the tape, to the level 2, and to the volume, and look at the time, right? Go 5-10 minutes before, and you'll see. And then all of a sudden, you'll see a massive pop. By the way, is anybody watching EZGO?
Yeah. I was going to ask you about that.
Yeah, remember, guys, I don't like trading these penny stocks. I don't touch those because I don't want to file a 13H. I trade with size, and so, or not size. I trade with larger size, more like you guys think it's a lot, like 8,000 shares, but that's not a lot, not big. But I don't want to file a 13H, so I avoid that. Anyway, take the weekends, guys. That's what I did for about 6 months. And you can clearly see them come on. You can see that liquidity come back into the market. And you're like, holy shit. Once you see that, a 13H, Nick Gar, is basically considered a big trader, like an institution or it basically is like they're called boutique professionals, like someone who has a very strong knowledge in the market. They trade with over $2 million in the cash in account, or they trade with 2 million shares a day. And so, if I was to go in EZGO because it's a penny stock, I would have to buy, like, if I bought 8,000 shares of VER, right, at $2.36, I would have to buy probably 3 times that amount, right? So I'd probably have to buy like 40,000 shares of EZGO to do the same amount in Verb. And I just don't like that. I don't feel comfortable trading with that big a size. And two, I don't like buying because they keep track of all that. And so a 13H, just the SEC starts to dig into your personal shit, and I don't want none of that shit. That's all that is. Anyway, I lost track. Where was that, guys?
You're talking about going back on demand and spending the weekends watching tape.
Yes. Yeah. Honestly, dude, that was a game changer for me. I really forgot to mention this earlier when someone was asking me what was the differentiator, what did I do to be successful, blah blah blah.
Yeah, I think I asked you that the other day.
What's that?
I think that was me asking you that the other day. Yeah, I remember that.
Oh, okay. You come from corporate as well, right?
No, not at all. I'm up in the Bay Area, though. I remember you talking. You used to live up here, and you know a lot of people in tech that, really understand the algos or something.
Yeah, I used to live in Mountain View and Santa Clara. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, so I know that area very well. Bay Area. I love the Bay, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. So that's what I did. That was the differentiator. I forgot to mention. I spent about, it was probably longer than 6 months, but I spent about 6 months, 7 months, 8 months studying on the weekend. And I know I said the other day, don't fucking, don't push too hard, whatever. But in the beginning, guys, for the first year and a half, I pushed stupid hard. I literally traded, and then after hours, break down my charts, do analysis on it, write down everything in fucking detail. And I was a maniac about it. That's one thing about me. When I go in, I'm super focused. I'm 100% in. I am not half-assed out. I don't have a part-time job. I don't do that. So that's what it took. And I spent weekends going over this, and I would ask my friends, how do these algos work? What algebraic problems, what statistical analysis do you guys use? What is it that you guys are doing? And so when I learned a lot more and actually saw what they were doing, it helped me understand. So, but visually, it helped put it into place on the weekend. And the weekend, I would see it because you're seeing the charts go up and down, go up and down, go up and down. But you guys ever wonder why out of nowhere there's a pop? Like a stock is dead, you removed it from your watch, you're like, forget this, I'm not touching this anymore. There's no volume, there's no liquidity, there's no range. And then all of a sudden, right at a specific time, the chart just comes alive. You guys ever wondered that?
Mm-hmm.
Like a perfect example is BIOC. Look at how it's coming alive right now. Like right now.
Yeah.
You see that? And so it's just like, to me, that raised the question, like, why does it do that? Like, how is it all of a sudden things just come alive? Like, they look like they're sleeping. They look unrested. They just look like they're just, not dog shit. And all of a sudden, and here's how it blew my mind. I was like, okay, I got to think like a institution. I got to think like a market maker. I got to think the way they do. Right? You want to put yourself in the mind of these guys. And I thought, man, how cool would it be to work in New York? How cool would it be a market maker? And I did all my research. And they're people just like us. They can manage these systems. And so when I understood that, I'm like, wait a minute. Has anybody ever taken an Uber?
I drive Uber.
Oh, you drive Uber?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. As soon as you turn the app on, it sends you a driver.
Yep.
As soon as you turn it on, you're registered like, hey, I'm here. And it made sense to me like, hey, these things can be manipulated on and off. So if you're a driver and you take 3 hours for the weekend and you're like, I want to drive for 3 hours. And then after that, you shut it off. You make money during those 3 hours, correct?
Yeah.
And it's awesome. And then you're like, all right, cool. I made my money. I'm headed home. Boom. And then all of a sudden, it's just like it hit me. I was like, holy shit, these things can be manipulated. And you know how I know? Because I had conversations with my friends at Uber. So one of my buddies was a scientist, and he was actually a big nerd in Uber. He actually was the guy that did a lot of the bonuses. He did a lot of the stuff.
Okay.
And so he would tell me, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just saying, okay. Yeah, like...
So I told him, I'm like, I dug deep. I had this guy for like an hour. I just talked to him and I was like, okay, so how does that work? He goes, so we take all our analysis and then we get, they have Excels, they have like number scientists that tell you when drivers are not working, when is the highest time. And they were able to increase their productivity by giving out bonuses. And the way they did it, and he told me, is what they would do is they noticed that drivers would give one ride and then two rides and then reject the third ride, because what the algo was doing was sending you farther and farther and farther out from your hometown, from your base. So what it does is it fucking gets you from, like, let's just say San Jose all the way to Oakland, or San Jose all the way to San Francisco. And the algo doesn't keep you in your vicinity of, like, let's say a 5-10 mile radius. It keeps fucking pushing you and pushing you. And so what a lot of Uber drivers would do is shut the app off, drive back to their territory, and then turn it back on, missing a third. So what they did was, one, they made it to where they could put a drive back. Like, say you're going to turn around and you only want to go back from San Francisco to San Jose. So you put your destination as San Jose, and on your way back, it'll give you rides that are going in that direction.
Right.
That's one of the ways that they did it. The second way they did it was they gave you a bonus for the third ride. They gave you an extra, like, I don't know, $5 or $10. And that's what I was told. So I know that they manage these systems that way. And here's another thing that they did. They would give you bonuses on how many of those you would get. So if you had a certain amount, they would give you a $100 bonus, a $200 bonus, and so it made sense to me that these engineers that are writing these programs, they can manipulate that system.
Yeah, they would push you towards the demand.
Yeah, and they would have that's what nothing they would do. They would have hot zones. So there's a lot of information, and people are just like, let's say you're an Uber driver, right? And you're just like doing your job, but do you understand what goes on behind to do all that?
Right.
They're literally using information. And so when I was understanding all this and really fucking dug deep, I said, oh my God, that is fucking awesome. It made me understand how algos are managed, not by algos. They don't fucking just run alone. They're managed by individuals. Okay, I know that's a long story, guys, and I do apologize. But I transferred all that information into trading. Hence why, look what time it is. It's 8:26. And Verb is starting to fade down. EasyGO is starting to fade down. Right? You see what I mean? So it's like you start to see similarities in that. I have 6 charts. I have 6 32-inch curved monitors. I have a big fucking trading platform, and they are all stacked. So I got a total of 8 stocks in each 32-inch screen. I am watching the entire fucking market. And so when I see things pulling back, I see a lot pulling back. However, you have XALA running right now. You have BIOC setting up, right? Those, you can shift, you can pivot, you can move around in the market. That is how I learned how algos work. And so I took the weekends and I would see these exact time. Here's the funny thing. No one fucking has anybody ever mentioned this shit to you? Like exact timings, guys?
Yeah, no.
Has anybody ever fucking mentioned what times these things add liquidity to the market? They never do they?
Nope.
And I've bought in other videos, you know, I've bought in programs, and I'm telling you, it's not an insult to anybody. I just never hear anyone talk about that. So it was such a huge aha moment for me, because I was like, I have an edge now that they don't have, that nobody else has, that nobody pays attention to. So that's how I've been able to capitalize on it, guys.
So you figured that out from a combination of just spending time watching the tape and taking down, notes of consistent times that you're seeing, and then like talking to certain people that is kind of the combination of those two things.
Right. And it wasn't, these guys are not even traders. Do you understand? I never got this from any of my trader friends.
Interesting.
I just literally popped up. Well, here's how the correlation worked, right? Early in the morning, that's when Uber gives out a lot of bonuses and it gives you hot markets.
Mm-hmm.
Then it dies off. Then it picks back up around 12.
Yep.
And it shows the market. And if it shows like, people are probably coming in from the airport, there's a ton of people going to lunch and they're catching Ubers. So like if you're an Uber driver, you want to capitalize on when the fucking market is hot. You don't want to just sit there on your ass and do the morning shift and just sit on your ass the rest of the day and then wait till the afternoon. So you know what I'm saying? And so you're tracking, it's a business. Uber is your business as well. And I'm comparing that. And so then you figure out when is the third time. And so as I seen these, like I said, as I was able to understand how that business worked, I was able to implement that shit into trading, dude. And it's not because it has like a link to it, but the algorithmic system is the fucking same. It's literally the fucking same.
Damn.
Look at when we open, market open, guys. Fucking crazy. Boom, everything's fucking going high, and then they slam it down, and they raise it back up, and then they slam it down. There's just so much volatility. When you click your app at 6:30 in the morning on Uber, you're gonna get fucking dinged right away. People going to the airport, people leaving the city. I lived in San Jose. There's so much fucking going on there. I loved it. And it's busy as shit, right? You come 11 o'clock, 10:30, 11, probably dead, probably slow as fuck, and you're wasting your time, right? So
yeah,
it was like a aha moment. It really was an aha moment. And now here's how it all worked. Again, every weekend, I would literally fucking trade stocks and on demand. And here's how I realized how much money I could make. I knew a stock, right, that I had seen a week before, and I knew the dips, and I knew the highs, and I took pictures of it on my phone. And I was like, okay, so what if I load my entire, account at this bottom right here, and I rode it all the way up, and then I sold at the peak, and then let it come down, back down, and then bought it again, and then rolled it. One weekend, I made $3 million on paper in like a day and a half with a $25,000 account. And so that was a moment of, holy shit, I can really make some real money.
Yeah, sometimes I like to. Curious what you think about this. I do this a lot because I was kind of trying to. I was basically trying to trade like you earlier this year, where I'm just like buying dips, selling pops. I didn't know anything about the algos or key levels, and I really burned myself up doing it. But this has been pretty eye opening for me. But But something I like to do with on demand is I'll just like pull up a scan from Thinkorswim of like all the NASDAQ stocks, and I'll go
Yeah.
through a daily chart and then look for like, these days where there's like a good gap up, it trades like 100 million shares or something, and I'll just pull up that day. So all I know is what the daily candle looks like. And sometimes I trade the ones that fade too, just for like the learning experience. But like I'll pull up that day and then I'll just try and trade the intraday action on paper without any knowledge of like the actual intraday action from that stock, if that makes sense.
I see. Yeah.
Yeah.
Have some fun, guys. Have some fun. I fucked with it all the time, right?
Yeah, it's
When you
awesome.
know a stock, right? Go back to a stock that ran high a day and then ran low and then ran high. Go back to a stock like that and just have fun with it. And they give you a ton of fake money, and just go in with like $20,000, right? Just go in with 20 grand at the bottom because you already know where the bottom is, and just fucking buy it and let it play out. Let it fucking go in your favor. And then sell, and then, if wherever the pop is, sell there. And then as it comes back down, do it again. I will tell you, it's so much fun. It's like a video game. You'll end up with like $100,000 in a single fucking day, just trading a chart that you know. If you can do that in real life, though, it's a game changer. Like I said, I did that just to see. I wanted to see what I could do, and I made over $3 million on paper, and it blew my mind. And I think I was only trading with like 25. So what I would do is I would buy the 25,000, let it ride up, and I'd be up like 35, 40, and then I would sell. And then as it would come back down, I would reload now the entire 70, not the 25, the 70. And then as it would go up, I would double that. And then as it dipped back down, I would reload the 140. And then it would go up. Now I'm up 250,000. Then I would enter. I know that sounds ridiculous. There's no way that a person can actually enter with that type of size, though, because you actually need the liquidity to exit. You can enter the market, but exiting is a whole bitch. And that's when I was like, wow, mind blown. So that's how I was able to correlate all the knowledge that I have with real world techies, nerds, and then put that into like, holy shit, this actually applies to me. Now, let's take a look real quick, guys. Let's take a look at Verb. You see how it's fading down? Look what time it is. It's getting closer to 9. Look at BIOC. See what time it is? Things start to fade around this time, and hence why Roland and other top traders, they all take a break. There's no point in them trying to come back and try to fight against the current. They're swimming with the current. They're smart. This is the kind of shit that I sat through. I had to sit through this. Right?
Yeah. Yeah, it makes perfect sense. I've taken so many entries here, not even knowing that.
Not knowing like if it's going to
Not
reverse
even-
or if it's just going to.
Yeah, not even thinking about like 9 a.m. being lunchtime, on the East Coast. I kind of forget about that.
Yeah. I'm telling you, dude, it's the fucking most. I want you guys to add this to what you guys already have. It's really powerful stuff.
Well, it was mind blowing just listening to you talk about, what you're saying about on demand, like taking, just having fun, taking 20 grand positions, all that. Because I made that kind of same realization, not with the algo stuff, but I just remember looking at a chart like, I don't know, back in December or January. And I was like, man, like if you can just find a way to buy these dips and sell these pops and just do that over and over again on like a really good liquid stock, with like decent size, you could stack up. And I did that. I did that same process where I found like a nice daily chart move, and I pulled it up and I just tried to trade it. I didn't know where it was going. Like I didn't have any information on the intraday chart, so it was as close as I could be to trading it live, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And I just did
Yeah,
10K
absolutely.
positions, and I worked my way up to like 3 grand on the day.
And that's sick. That's fucking sick, dude.
It was mind blowing. And then when I tried to do it live, I really screwed myself because I just, you know, I really didn't understand what was going on.
Oh my, that's funny, dude.
Yeah.
But that's the beauty of this, right? And here's the thing too. I did that just for fun. I wanted to see what the potential is, and before I went in full time. And when I did that, it was such a mind awakening moment to think, my God, people really can make 50, 60,000, $100,000 a month. People really can make life-changing money with this knowledge. And so the only lack of was education. And I was doing everything I could. I'm telling you, I was doing what most people do not do. I became obsessed with this. So, shifting gears, what I did though, after that, was I would just trade exactly what you're doing. I would trade, and that's how I perfected trend lines. That's how I perfected support, resistance, demands, supplies, whatever they are, whatever you want to call them.
Do you have some parameters?
I'm sorry. No,
Do
go
you
ahead.
have do you have some parameters that you use to eliminate certain tickers that you don't think are good enough? Or
Yes.
I guess, how do you choose which tickers you're gonna trade on? Just using your top percent gainer scan, or?
I do. So what I like to do is I like to, when I see it, I do have a scanner just like everyone else does, right? I think Roland goes over his in the morning. You guys use scanners, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So nothing different there. The one thing that I do though is when I see the top 5 or 6, and I'll look at each individual one. Then I'll look at the daily, and then I'll look at the 1 year, and then I'll look at where the 200 EMA is. Every single person should do this because
Okay.
the 200 EMA is where stocks typically like to reject. And if you go to the 200 EMA, like, let's do ourselves a favor right now. Let me see if I can spot one right now.
Well, while you're looking that up, yeah, that's good information, because I do the beginning part, the scan, the top percent gainers. I'll look at the top 5, I'll look at some volume, but I have not, at this point, haven't gone to look at an EMA, a 200 EMA.
Oh, okay.
So that's
Okay.
my next step, I guess, that I need to take.
Yeah, absolutely. Look at the EMAs on a larger scale. Here's a beautiful example of why I say this. We're on Verb, right? Everyone's on a Verb, right?
Yep.
Okay, so do me a favor. This is for Kelvin Go High. When looking over the charts, what time frame shall we study? I use all the time frames. Never eliminate anything that could possibly help you. So I personally use, I trade on the 1 minute, right? I want to be as accurate as I possibly can. However,
Yeah, that's good for entries, after
Yeah.
you check the daily and the 15 minute.
Yep. He said it right there. When you're a swing trader, you're using 15, you're using 20, and you're using 30 and the 1 hour, right? However, I'm not a swing trader. So we're using the same concept, however, smaller time frames. 1 minute, 5 minute, 15 minute. Some traders even use 3 minutes, right? I stay away from that because I want to confirm. Here's the reason being. When an algo is actually accumulating, you will see it on the 5 minute. The problem is you want to look at the volume. You want to look at that volume. You want to make sure that that volume matches the candle. Don't just get stuck on the candle. You want to match the volume, okay? So 1 minute, 5 minute, and 15 minute. And so you'll see the reason I use the 5 minute and 15 minute to give me confirmation is because if you look at those, 5 day, 5 minute, 20 day, 15 minute, it'll give you like a direction, a sense of direction of where the support is and where the resistance is. Meaning it'll give you where the demand is, where the algo is buying, and where it's selling. Does that make sense? Does that help?
Yeah.
Okay. So larger time frames, here's the reason why they give you better confirmation. So the only reason I use the 1 minute is because I enter and I exit on the 1 minute. That's it. But I hold for bigger picture, and this is why I'm able to hold, because I'm looking at the 5 minute. I'm not excuse me, I'm not looking at the 1 minute, because the 1 minute, here's the reason why. You're going to have a lot of price movement, a lot of scalping. You guys hear me say, look at this, it's going, and then you see profit takers, you see scalpers. Scalpers is kind of a subpar trading style. So you'll see them because they don't have a lot of confidence in their style of trading. So once they go green, they're instantly out. They're trying to secure that profit. And with a larger time frame, it allows you to sit comfortable in the chart and look at where key levels of supply / resistance are. So and here's another thing too. In this room, everybody uses stops, and I'm really excited about that, because a lot of people, they enter a trade and they let it fucking go. They let it. I have seen some scalpers in here. I will tell you that though. I've been watching you, but I have seen some scalpers in here. And anyway, so using larger time frames allows you to sit through all the drama that the system is going to do, and allows you to sit comfortably to push and push and push. Hence why I've been in verb since this morning. I've been in verb since this fucking morning. It's the only fucking thing that I've watched. I've watched some other ones. They didn't do anything, but verb is the one with all the movement. So I stayed with it.
When you say you've been in verb all morning, do you mean like one position, or you've been trading the dips and selling the pops?
I think I've taken verb maybe 3 times today.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. Yeah, I've taken it like where I buy the bottom, and then like let me see. I bought it I did buy it 3 times. So I bought it once this morning, and then I bought it again at 204 when it dipped below VWAP, and I saw that accumulation. I bought it at around 203, 204, and then I sold partial at like 225, 226. And then I still held on to my position because I had a stop right there at 204. And then I reloaded it at that higher level. So the second ad, my first ad was like 183 in the morning. And it popped, and I didn't sell any. And then it came all the way back down to 183. And then it ripped to like 229. That's when I sold at like around 219, 220, 221, 222, 223, right? That was my first play of the day. My second play of the day was at 709, right? So I waited this whole time for it to make another move, 709. And then I entered at 204, and I scaled out like maybe 30, 40%. It just was a slow mover, so I knew this was going to go high day, and I added more at around 734. So 709, I'm Pacific Standard Time, and then 734, right? And I added full position right there, and I held, and I never sold through all these dips. And then I started scaling out at around 741, 738, 740 area. It still made a bigger move, but because of those 2 trades, I literally was able to make $4,000 on just sitting patiently on this one. Not getting scared, not scalping, not fucking in and out. None of that shit.
So I'm curious.
I hope that answers the question.
What time do you get up, and what are you doing pre-market in order to like come to the conclusion of like I'm going to trade verb when the market opens?
Oh, that's what I was going to go over, guys. Sorry, we skipped over Blue Cat. We're going to go over EMAs real quick. Don't think I forgot.
Okay.
So what I saw was, I looked it up. It was a previous runner, and I liked it. And if you look to the left, right? If you look to the left on Friday, I think that was Friday. Yeah, Friday. Or no, I'm sorry, Tuesday. It had a bunch of volume, and it ran hard into like the close, and then sold off on Wednesday, sold off on Thursday. But if you look to the left, that Tuesday, it developed a base. And then if you look on Thursday, Friday, in between there, it started holding that area right there. It based. And if you look at the EMAs are coming closer together. They're being tied together. And so I'm looking at them and I'm like, hey, these EMAs are still holding. And then we had that little pre-market pop, and the EMAs were starting to curl. You guys see that on the larger time frame. Go to the 20-day, 15-minute. That's what I'm looking at. You get that started. You get the EMAs to start to open up. When EMAs open up like that, they start to gap. I'll show you here. Better yet, that I just paint the picture.
Yeah, I definitely get what you mean. I added them to my charts recently, and it does paint a different picture having them on there.
I'm gonna give you guys this real quick. I'm gonna point arrows on them. This is gonna be really powerful shit, guys. I'm being honest. This is like one of the things that helped me. Oh, sorry.
Does anybody use Thinkorswim and know what the EMA is called? There's one.
Yeah,
It's called the
something D.
exponential moving average.
What
Exponential moving average.
Okay. Okay, there's moving average exponential.
yeah, that's it.
That's it?
Yep.
Okay.
Look at this, guys. Right there. You see those arrows? You see those long? You see the exponential moving averages? You see how they're widening up?
Mm-hmm.
That means that the chart is bullish. Whenever the EMAs are upside down, you want to stay the fuck away from those charts, because shorts will use them as resistance and as support and resistance. They'll use them against you. But they're still open. You see how they're open like that? See how wide? Yeah. So that means that it's going bullish. And so if you look on the larger time frame, those EMAs are open. I'm going to show you again. Hang on a second.
Yeah, that's what I got. That's what I realized from watching those Kwalamagi videos. You know, he uses those.
Exactly. I got that from Kwalamagi too.
Yeah, he's the man. I love listening to that guy.
Yeah, Uncle Q, dude, he's the man. When I used to study, I didn't know shit, and I was like, oh, this guy's good. I was a swing trader as well, and I just didn't have patience. I have patience, but not the kind of patience that he has.
Yeah.
Spell out his name.
Yeah, I'll put it in the chat for you.
Yeah, just thanks.
Yeah, he's
I haven't heard of him.
He's a Swedish swing trader. He's made like $100 million in like 10 years or something.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's got a bunch of stuff on YouTube
150. 150.
now. Oh wow, damn. What time frames on those EMAs are you using? I got the 10, 20, and 50.
Yeah, give me a second. I'm gonna post this next chart.
Sure.
Okay, so the next one, you see that this is on a larger time frame. Look at those. It's as much as I can get, guys. I do apologize for the blurriness, but if you can zoom into that picture, it's a beautiful picture, right? You see how those EMAs are open?
Mm-hmm.
So, and if you look on a larger time frame, where you can clearly point out where support is. Support is freaking at like 156. Right? So 156 on a larger time frame, those EMAs are wide open like that. That tells me it's still bullish, and hence how I'm able to spot those big moves. Look at what it did towards the end of the day. That consolidation all day long, and then big rip all the way to high day to 375. Remember, guys, this is the one that I caught. Remember, you guys were on voice with me. Remember that, guys?
Yeah.
This is, yeah, give me a thumbs up if you guys are in here. Baja, Blue Cat, whoever, Dallas, Day, Crazy Canuck. If you guys are listening, John, Hone, all you guys, like, please, this is a lot of powerful stuff I'm giving you to, like, give you more. Someone's playing jackpot with it. But I'm saying, this is the stuff, if you want to add it to, that it's really, really powerful stuff, guys. When those EMAs are holding like that, look, and when you add these to the key levels, like, right, you have your support lines and you have your trend lines and all of that. These are things that you need to pay attention to. And I use, and I'll put this right here. Let me see what I use. I use, this is going to go overboard. I use 10, 20, 50, 100,
Are
200.
those your EMAs?
Yes.
Because I see you have multiple lines on your chart.
Yep. And they're all colored. So the lower ones, they go by the larger ones, right? So the lower one is the purple. That's 200. The blue one is the 100. The red one is the 50. And then the yellow is 20. And the green, which is money, is the 10. Okay, so going back to those EMAs, when they're starting to get tight like that, and then you were like, okay, it's holding. And remember, I told you guys, I like things that like to base, right? I like things that like to base and hold for sideways for a while. So because it was holding sideways in pre-market, I thought, this is gonna fucking, and here's another thing, this is gonna fucking go. Then I looked at the 1 year, 1 day, which is what everybody should do. And I've already posted that one earlier. And that one looks like this. I was like, holy shit, this is a 3-bar squeeze. So for those of you that don't know, I'm going to post it.
Can the 3 bars be any color? Red or green? Sorry, I see you're typing.
Yeah, 3-day bar squeeze. Look those up. Do more research on those. And do me a solid favor, guys. Before you add any of this stuff to your trading, make sure that you go and do read, because there's SMAs, simple moving averages, which are larger time frames. And then there's EMAs, exponential moving averages. Okay? So,
Yeah.
right. You actually, a 3-day bar squeeze looks exactly like this. Sometimes it'll have one big green candle, and then red candle, red candle, red candle, red candle. Those are the ones you want. You want to have separation between that. You want to be able to like that. Technically they can, but you mainly want to see red.
I remember when you had mentioned the inside bar candles, maybe a
Yes.
month or month and a half ago. So is this sort of like an extended version of, instead of one inside bar, it would be like 3 of them?
There you go. Exactly. No different.
Okay. Just
Right.
a little more extended time frame, days.
So I'm giving you guys exactly what I was looking at. I was looking at that first one that I posted, right? And how the EMAs are opening up. Look at how the EMAs are utilized in every fucking time. Like, you see how they're still wide open, guys, even on larger time frames?
Yeah.
That is powerful shit right there. I'm telling you, that is, when I saw that, and here's the reason, here's the reason why I do not touch charts that the EMAs are above it, because those will fade and fade and fade. They fade and fade and fade. And you can possibly catch a reversal. Don't get me wrong, but I want the algo to be bullish. I want the algo to give me, and these are all telltale signs that the algo is bullish.
That was like
Kelvin, so I posted it right here. I posted it right there. I use 10, 20, 50, 100, 200. Okay? So just look in a chat.
Mr. French, is that
Hey.
inside bar thing you were talking about something pretty common I could just look up? I don't want you to have to explain that again. I missed that when you went over that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah, what he said the first time, he mentioned them and then he said, look it up. And it's on Investopedia or Google or wherever.
Okay.
You can
Just
find it.
inside bar pattern.
Yeah.
Cool.
Just, Google inside bar candle. You'll find it.
Awesome. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely, guys. Anything that I give you guys in terms of knowledge, please, please, please look it up. So here's the reason why I say this. I'm basically giving you a master's course and giving you like the most powerful stuff that can elevate your game. You know what I'm saying? And
Oh, it's
so
priceless,
I don't
man.
want to do all the work for you. I want you guys to do the work itself as well, so you can learn. How is it that guys like me and Roland and Tanner and all these guys make, or that guy that just posted the War Eagle trader, how he made close to 800,000 in the year? How is it that these guys make this? This is just the knowledge that we use. Everybody uses something very similar. But I've never heard of anybody talk about algos. I'll tell you that, though. I will tell you that. So this is all basic knowledge that is out there.
Well, for the new traders or for the traders that aren't so new, but they go to work all day, what they need to do is read this whole day of commentary and look up every single thing they don't understand. Pretty soon you start learning the terms and strategies little by little.
Right. And so the reason why I take trades, so let me give you guys a reason why I would take a trade. I allow the stock to come to me, one, and two, I allow the stock to give me all, like I said, consider it like a beautiful guy or a handsome man, in your case, Kat, or a beautiful woman, where if you help you signal, hey buddy, could you mute yourself real quick? She's giving you all these signals and saying, hey, I'm into you. Hey, come flirt with me, whatever. You want to do that. You want to pay attention to that. And these are all telltale signs that she's or he's fucking getting ready to make a move, all telltale signs. And so what I do is whenever there's one, again, range, two, liquidity, three, opened up EMAs, in this case, 3-day bar squeeze. It's not always the case, right? But this is just one. Again, this is why my pool of trading is so fucking diverse. I can bat anything. I can back literally anything. Reversals, breakouts, pennants, wedges, inside bar squeezes, flags. Literally, you can use all this shit every single time. No different, guys. Like right now, guess what I'm spotting? I'm spotting an inverse head and shoulder on the 1 minute candle. On vert. I'm not touching it, but I spotted it. Who sees that?
Yeah.
I'm not touching it, but I'm just saying I see it. Can you guys see that? Who else can see that? Right? But look what time it is. It's 9. It's market maker lunch. So it's looking pretty. I don't know, man. I think it might set up. I think it needs to dip a little bit more. I don't think it's going to go right here because the previous candle just looks undecisive. 2, the volume looks like shit. This 5,800 shares traded in this last 5 minute candle. You don't want to get involved in that. Again, signs, right? Time of day, still weak, volume's looking bad, hasn't, not showing much, just a lot of things that I'm noticing. And so again, that's why a lot of guys move away and they start deviating. So I hope I'm helping, but I'm getting distracted off of this one though.
Do you run those EMAs on every time frame?
Every time frame.
Okay. They're on every time frame. So go miss time. Appreciate it, brother. Where do I got lost because I'm watching this. I apologize. Where did we go, by the way? Where would we at now? I was answering somebody's question. Blue Cat, did I answer yours, by the way? I do apologize.
Yes, you did.
Okay. So here's another one to look at. That CGC that the girl's been posting, that's a nice looking chart. I'm not touching it. If you look, it's clear as day that it has been riding the 100 and the 50 EMA. And so when you start to see signs like that, you're like, okay, so what's riding this EMA? And then if you look left, it's clear as day that there's support in areas. And that's when the whole picture starts to come together. And you're like, oh, okay, I'm going to wait for a dip around 79. I'm going to wait for a dip into like 79, 40, 79, 50. You could be more precise. And that's, you guys, I told you, one of the biggest things that it's in my favor. And the reason why my risk to reward is so powerful or such an edge is because I enter at such a low risk where if it fails, cool, no big deal. But that's where my pricing comes from. That's where my targets come from. Look to the left. I wouldn't be touching CGC right now because of the time of day it is. Personally, it should reject right here. It should dip all the way back down to 79. But I'm just saying, like, that's what you look for. You look for key levels. You look for things that are anomalies. You're looking for clues all day long. Okay?
Yeah. Drawing trend lines really helps. And combined trend lines combined with the time of day would probably give you an opportunity to buy this at or below VWAP if you were going to trade it. I haven't been looking at it. I'm not planning on trading it, so don't take that as a when to buy tip. But you're right. Just looking at the chart, you know that this would be too high of a place to enter.
Yeah, you're more likely to get, like, here's the thing, the algo will let you buy. The algo will let you
yeah.
enter. And then as soon as that, like, say, buying power is done and the algo recognizes, oh, there's no more buyers, okay, and it'll commence to selling off and going lower. That's what you need to understand. So you got to be careful, like I said, time of day. You got to be careful with all those things, man. You got to be careful all the time. Verb looks pretty good right here. It looks like it's actually going to go. Yeah, Verb looks pretty good right here. See, I'm going to pay attention to this. If this actually goes, it should go to 230. It's holding 234. You look left, and that's where, like, you want to be able to, like, hold and like think of it as one of those that, like, okay, let's see, but let's see. Volume's coming in, nice big volume. 229. Let's see if it pushes right here. See that volume coming in, right? The thing about this is, let's see these buys. Let's see what kind of buys they come in. Okay, nice buyers, still soaking. So there is some soaking. There's there's shorts right here, and they're trying to hold this down. So let's see what happens. Yeah, see, again, it's a trap. It's a trap. And it's gonna just, like, you see what I mean? Like, it has these pops, it makes it look good. But if you look at the larger time frame on the 5 minute, look at how it has that wick. Like, it's weak volume, it's not very good. And so these, like, to me, are just traps. And so I think it's easy to get suckered into things like that. And then watch this thing. I think for me, it's gonna dump down to 219. Didn't hold. Yeah. And look at the like, shorts capitalized on this position right here because you get a lower low, rejection to the left at 229, and dump. But one that's looking good, I'm not touching it, is CGC again. That's a higher low. It held at 50 EMA. Again, I'm just not trading right now. I'm not trading. But look, you guys see that? That was a nice little trap. That's a long trap. So now it's gonna dump, and here, that's liquidity trap. You guys see, I'm so glad that we saw this live, because that's a liquidity trap where the algo starts to look pretty, and then pops it, but then it is trying to attract amateur longs only so they could buy around 227, 228, 229, and then it sells into them. And now all those people that bought right there, they're selling right here, and it needs their liquidity to go down lower. Does that make sense, guys?
Yeah.
That's why you look at volume. That's the game changer in everything, is that fucking actual volume candle.
And that
Look
time
at
of
the
day
time of
too,
day.
right?
What's that?
And that time of day too, right?
Exactly. Look at the previous candles on this morning, from this morning. Look how big those candles are,
Yeah.
right? And now it's like the stock is barely fucking trading like 3,000, 38,000 shares in 5 minutes. So, in my personal opinion, I'm gonna wait for this to dip all the way back down to 217, 219, and that's gonna be a key level area that I'm interested in.
Would you say for newer traders, the 1 minute chart can be kind of dangerous because like I recently I got rid of it and have just been looking at 15 minute charts in the daily chart. But do you think it's still necessary to look
Yeah.
at the 1 minute?
No. Trade
yeah.
on I trade on the 1 minute. The reason being is because you could see the live price action. But the problem is look at the 5 minute. Look at the 5 minute. Tell me, does that look bullish to you?
Yeah, no.
Looks like shit.
Yeah.
Looks like right now you're gonna get nothing but chop. Nothing but fucking chop. Let me answer some of these questions, guys. I look at the immediate level, right? The micro. When I'm thinking about trading Gomez times, I want again, the reason why I like to hold longer and I can be patient and sit in trades 30, 40 minutes, an hour is because I'm always using the 5 and 15 minute. I'm not really concerned of what the 1 minute does because remember I told you 1 minute's going to chop. It's going to go, 223, 228. It's going to chop you in a 5 cent range. It's going to chop you in that 5 cent range. Or I'm just speaking in specific to this one. And you're going to get a lot of fuckery, so to speak, in this area. However, if you go to the 5 minute or 15 minute, you're looking more at it in terms of like what it's actually doing, larger candles give you a better inclination of what the possible to do. Oh, there it goes. Look. Yeah. You see that? You see how like it's just I'm telling you, it's the game changer. Like what did I say? 234? Let's see if it breaks this 234. Hit 232? Yeah. So there is a buyer here, but I'm not interested. I'm still not interested in it. But again, we're seeing this shit live. And if you look at that volume. That volume's coming in, but I don't think that it still holds. I think it needs to dip back down to VWAP. Oh, there you go. Yeah, magic. Yeah, exactly. What I don't have Twitter or any of that shit, but exactly. These are just fucking ranges to be fucked with, up and down, up and down. And so if you get stuck on the 1 minute, you're gonna panic. You're gonna fucking buy and you're gonna sell and buy and sell and buy and sell. And you develop a very bad habit of becoming a scalper. Look, fucking thing just brings it right back down. On a larger time frame, it looks good though. But because of the time of day, I'm not really interested. This would be a scalper's sort of play where they buy in at 220, 222, 223, and then they sell at 228. Does that make sense, guys? Yeah. And so my job is I want to go heavy and I want to load my 8, 9, 10,000 shares, but I want to do it at a really, really good risk to reward. And so if you look, you can clearly see that it needs to dip back down to 215, 217 area. That's where I would be interested in this. Because this, also, you got to remember, this is backside. For those of you that are really, like, solid traders, you guys know this is all backside. It already made a move. It already went to high a day. You know, Magic, one of the reasons why I don't get online is for that purpose. There's a lot of, instead of camaraderie and being, you know, togetherness in the social trading world, in the social world, there's a lot of hate, a lot of haters, and so a lot of people just don't want to see others win. And so, me personally, I don't care for Instagram. I don't care for Twitter. I don't need followers. I don't really care to be popular. I don't want to be famous. I don't need to show off any of that stuff. I enjoy helping people. And so that's why I was looking for a community to join. And so, trust me, there's a lot of communities out there that are really solid too. But there's more hate, you know, and that hate, especially for traders, is very detrimental. You guys want to know why? Trading is a fucking mind fuck. Trading is a fucking mental level. Once you've learned all this knowledge, right? You learn how to read algos, how to read tape, how to read level 2, how to like fucking use levels trading, and you're actually solid. Like I saw a War Eagle trader. He's done very well this year. You kind of want to get away from anything that's going to fuck with your mind. You want to keep a fresh mind. You don't want negativity in your mind, because this is a very tough industry that we chose. And so you have to be at your fucking 100% every single day, all day fucking long. All day long. And the last thing we need is for someone with a Twitter fingers to be able to post hateful stuff about you that's probably not even true. You know, that guy, STP, is probably a really good guy. Probably a really, really solid guy. But someone probably took a trade and lost on it, and now they're angry and they want to bash him. And so that's one of the reasons why you want to eliminate all that negativity out of your world. All right. Yeah, I live a quiet life, dude. Scotty LaBouffe, I live a quiet life. Yeah, ATRP pilot Dan. It destroys your confidence, right? You have to have all your brain cells and all your mind to be able to trade in what we do. So the last thing I need is to have some 20-year-old talking shit about me. All right, regardless of that, no more ranting. Any more questions, guys? Any more questions? I might come back, guys. Yeah, quiet life equals a peaceful life. Yeah, dude. I just come in every single day, turn on my computer, I make $3,000 to $5,000 a day. I've been doing this for years, and then I just take the rest of the day off and enjoy. I go read, go to the gym, do whatever. I don't surf social media. I don't do any of that. Like I said, you guys know how I found Roland, right? I found Roland through my son. My son wanted to be a day trader and told me he's going to take the Timothy Sykes challenge. And so I was like, let me do some research. What's weird? For some reason, kids don't ever want to learn from their own parents. He knows I trade.
I was gonna ask that. of all the people he can learn from.
You know what it is? It's because I'm not fucking socially cool. I'm like not on social media. I don't have 100,000 followers.
That is so crazy to me.
So true.
So he doesn't think I'm like as really good as I am.
How old is
He
he?
doesn't. He's 24.
That's fucking mind blowing to me. Though you wouldn't even think
Yeah, and
to learn from
and
you.
guess what his college, and guess what his degree is in?
Programming.
Finance.
No way.
Yeah.
Wow, that is
Yeah.
wild.
What? Anna Maria, thank you. Appreciate it. But anyway, it's wild. Just I guess I guess I need to be like on social media, and be like fucking having 100,000 likes, and then my son will think I'm cool. But he just doesn't know the knowledge, I guess, because we never talk about trading. I just, as soon as I shut down my computer, I just, like I said it before, whether I take a $3,000 winner or a $3,000 loser, I just go and about my day. I don't talk about trading. It's my job.
Is there a reason?
I'm
For
sorry?
that? Is there a reason for that?
I don't know any other I don't know any other fucking traders.
No, I mean like why you don't talk to your child, your son about it.
Oh, trust me, I have. I even funded his account, and I told him, I'm gonna teach you everything I know, and you're gonna be the best, and you'll be a millionaire by the time you're 25. That was when he was 19, and he just didn't like it.
Gotcha.
That's when he told me he wanted to be a day trader when he was 19. And that's how long I've been following these guys. No, he's 24.
If you don't mind me asking, has this always been the career your son has seen you do, or were you doing other things like on his come up? If you don't have to share if you don't want to.
No, I was in corporate. I think I've explained this. I was in corporate America. I came from Fortune 500 industry. Like I corporate, yeah. My background's all in corporate. So.
I see. Now I get this. I get it now. I see his story. Okay. I can see why maybe he would like into like, Pops, you don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, he doesn't even ask me, how'd you do today? He doesn't even ask me. He doesn't know that I make $3,000 or $4,000 or $5,000 a day. He doesn't have no clue.
Maybe he
Well,
thinks
your
it's
own
just
kids are like any other traders. They have to make their own mistakes, and they have to find their own strategies.
Yeah.
And it doesn't just rub off. You can tell them, but until they do it and practice it, it won't sink in.
I think it'll be cool, like, if something is officialized, if like he sees it, and then he's like, oh my God, you actually know these guys? Like, you talk to these
Light
guys?
bulb will go on, yeah.
I haven't even told him that I joined Roland's team. He knows who he is too.
Yeah.
Right. If I come out to one of these sort of things, these meetups that you guys talk about.
the boot camps.
Yeah, the boot camps. Maybe he'll see me in there and he'll be like, "Hey, that's my dad." That's what I'm saying. I'm a little older, guys. But you know what? Maybe if I bought a Porsche or like the brand new Corvette, maybe I could surprise him then. He'll be like, "What are you doing driving that?" I'll be like, "Oh, I bought it with my stock trading money."
Bought it with today's gains.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
I actually got a question kind of segueing off of what Blue Cat was just saying a second ago about oh shoot, I just went blank on that.
Finding their own path.
Yeah, exactly. Just so like off of that in a way, what would you recommend doing in order to like absorb the knowledge that you're teaching us and take that and be able to apply it in our own trading? Does that make sense?
Yeah, so like again, Going back to my particular story, you have to memorize it. No, you don't just have to learn it. You have to memorize it and master it, right? When I first learned, this is years ago, when I first learned what VWAP stood for, I would repeat it in my brain. VWAP, volume weighted average price. VWAP, volume weighted average price. VWAP, volume weighted average price. And another thing is, once you learn the stuff, paper trade it. Paper trade it. If you're really new and you still haven't found an edge or don't know how good you are or how good you could be or whatnot, paper trade or use the weekends to whenever you're trading live and you're trying to make money, there's certain stressors involved. And if you don't know what the fuck you're doing, you're gonna panic and you're gonna take losses and you're gonna trade the shit. You're gonna have aha moments after the fact, but instead of having those moments, why not just utilize your free time and paper trade? Use the weekend to go over charts that ran 2-3 weeks ago and then draw out key levels. Use those EMAs and watch them open up. And then use the different time frames and watch these liquidity algo pops. All of that. Use the time to watch level 2 and tape and see how things get walked up or things are controlled walk down. I've spoken to you guys about controlled walk downs. I've spoken to you guys about traps. There's just so much information to consume that it becomes overwhelming. And so you have to sort of, you have to memorize it and learn it, but then you have to really implement it. So that free time that you're having, you need to recognize that it's valuable. You're paying yourself for college. When I went to college, I studied a lot. And I kept thinking to myself, I'll make a lot of money once I graduate, but I'm broke as fuck right now, eating top ramen and bread. But I didn't give a fuck. I spent the hours educating myself because I knew that my future would be bright. And so same concept. Take the year and a half, take the 2 years to study and become a fucking master at this. Because the moment you've learned all the mastery and everything, from that day on, dude, you'll coast. You'll make $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 a day for the rest of your life trading stocks. It's the easiest fucking shit ever.
Yeah, I mean, Kalamagi kind of says a similar thing. He's like, you need to study thousands of charts. You need to study, for thousands of hours in the beginning.
Yeah.
And once you get it, it's simple. It's not exactly easy, but you'll be set for life.
Well, start with your own charts. Start with your own charts that you had losers on and winners.
Oh, yeah.
And if you're still trading without knowing a pattern, look at those charts in hindsight and figure out if there was a pattern on your winners and which one it was. Then you can see why you had a winner. And the same goes for the losers. You'll see that maybe there wasn't a pattern, or there was a good pattern and you just didn't know when to enter and exit. Yeah, you need to study. And then anytime somebody posts a pattern on the chat, like one of their winners with the entries and exits, examine those. Figure out why. How did they see it coming?
Exactly. Think about that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The way I look at it is I spent fucking 2 years studying my ass off. And how long did it take me to make $4,300 today? An hour? And I've been on the mic with you guys.
5 years.
Right. But it took me 4 or 5 years, but now I'm making that kind of money in an hour.
Yep.
How long have you been trading again, Mr. French?
A long time. I don't want to give my age away.
No worries. Good man.
Yeah. A long time.
39 again.
Put it this way. My son's in college and he's 24 years old, brother.
There you go.
So,
So you're in your late 50s.
Oh fuck no, dude! I'm in my 40s. Damn, I aged that myself fast.
You fell for the bait, bro. You fell for the
Well,
bait.
I got 2 kids that
Or
are
are you
in
gonna
college
trade when you're
too,
so
huh?
terrible at math?
That was good.
Me up. I'm gonna go tell my wife right now.
You know what got an age out of you?
You know what it is? You know what it is? I say kids, and I forget there's a lot of people on here that are similar in age. Roland's 40. You know, I'm in the 40s, put it that way. And so I forget, but in my mind, it's because I would see a lot of 19, 20-year-olds in here. You know?
Hey, we're not old. Shoot, I'm 30. Oh shit, I'll be 38 next month.
There you go. Yeah, we're not far from each other, brother. I'm not
All right. Wow. Oh my gosh, I forgot.
I think it's just because I'm talking to 27. To me, that's young, bro. You're a fucking puppy, dude.
Yeah, I'm about to
Because of
turn.
my son, right? My son, he's fucking 24, and I'm like, these kids. You know what I mean? Like, Sarah, you're 28. Yeah, exactly. Like, 28 to you is like a 19-year-old to you, right? You're 28, and a kid to you would be like 19 years old. And you're like, oh, you don't fucking know shit. You're a fucking 19-year-old. So that's how I feel about a 28-year-old, you know? You're 50 now. Okay, yeah, you're the man, bro. You got us beat. I love it. See, and the funny is, I love young people and I love old people. I respect them all. Older. Yeah.
It's my birthday today.
It's your birthday?
Yep.
No way. Everybody,
All
let's
right.
give Blue
Happy
Cat a
birthday.
Yeah.
Birthday. Okay. What you doing for it? You celebrating? You going out?
I'm looking at the stock market, of course.
The fucking markets that sucks us all in. Oh,
I know. She's trying to make her money before she goes celebrates.
damn right. Like, let's get that bag before I get a new. I don't know. What do you get? New purse? Go out?
No, I don't.
Vacation?
No new bags, that's for sure.
Man, anybody seen AXLA? That thing is just strong.
Damn.
I'm watching it.
I gotta pull up my charts again. I just got back in the
I
house.
haven't looked at it since a couple days ago.
Okay, I do have a question, guys. I'm still relatively new, so I need to understand. Are we allowed to post like a worth watching? I don't get it. Is that an alert or here's the reason why. I don't like to post stuff like AXLA up here. I'm not gonna go be like AXLA worth watching way the fuck up here when the move was clearly the entry was at 69. So can someone fucking
You know, I don't think there's a problem with posting. You just might want to say,
When you communicate, when you communicate in what you're doing and how you're doing, that's irrelevant, right? That's subjective. You can never say that's this or that's that because you're just speaking on your own actions. So that's fine. But it's when people post without speaking in their action is when the internet, and the rule, all the other shit and policy and all things go into it. But you can speak in your action all day, bro. And that's perfectly
I think
fine.
if you were to post about it, look at AXLA breaking out. It set up over the last week and started breaking out yesterday, and today it's following through. I mean, that's useful information for anybody who's not even in the trade, that if they're looking at those patterns, they could see how it plays out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just all about putting like some context out with it rather than just like a ticker or something.
I like to look at the tickers, and even if I'm not in them or not planning to trade them, I can see what other people see, and then I know, let's say I don't play breakouts, then I could say, well, I can see where the breakout players are getting in and where they're exiting, and I see what they see, how it's set up.
Mm-hmm.
So I think tickers on the chat are great. What Tanner doesn't want is people just saying, you know, what do you think of this ticker, or just the ticker with no information. You know,
Okay.
there's nothing to learn
So-
from if you just said, hey, look, AXLA, you know.
Right. So the way I see it is, I'm just trying to be, sorry, I'm trying to respect the room. I'm also not trying to, barrage the room. That's why I traded silence. But if like I see something happening, right? So let's say I see XYZ, I see some accumulation, on watch for a possible reversal. You
I
know,
think that's fine if you say it's worth watching. If somebody wants to see what a potential reversal looks like, have a look.
okay, I see.
Oh yeah.
I want to know from the OGs because I know.
Right. And,
I'm sorry,
you
go
know, I could look at the same chart and see the complete opposite. You know what I mean? And there'll be people that have multiple perspectives. So, like, you sharing your perspective, like, yeah, there's nothing. Don't think like there's something wrong with that. That's. I think people take it where it's like, you know, they're like, oh, it's like, is it front running when you tell somebody about a ticker that you're in? And it's like, well, if that's what you're doing and you're a trader and you're speaking in your action, like, we're not fucking millionaires where we can control the market, like anything.
No.
But if you're here pumping something up that is just bullshit, you're not even in it, you have nothing behind it. I mean, and like how they were just saying, like, are you providing any value at all? So, I mean, it's like,
I see.
yeah, don't think like you're, you know, I think the community needs to speak more, right? And speak more in
Well, the
action.
tickers get really interesting when
learn.
you have some people going long and others shorting the same ticker. Then it can get really interesting to watch and see the commentary.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
because then they'll start talking about the levels and, you know, everything that changes going from long to short or back.
Yeah, I agree. That's I'm still trying to figure that out. That's why sometimes I said it. I give you guys two this today. One of them was a shit one. Which one was it? I think I posted it earlier. Let me see. PRZO. I was watching that one, and I saw some accumulation, and then it just petered out. So that one was a shit one. But VREV, and you guys know, fuck, dude, there's so many tickers in the market that it's hard to like. You know, you guys know though, when I get on voice though, that's when you know I'm fucking on a ticker. like I see a bigger move coming. So I like to get on voice because I like to like have you guys watch the breakout, watch the level twos, watch the volume bars, watch all of it, you know.
Yeah, like
Yeah, like this one time
VERB is making a nice little move right now.
Yeah, I see it. It should reject right here between 40 and 44. It should reject right there. So
Yeah, and I think it's safe to say, like, when you post one of those worth watching in the chat, we all take a look at it because we all want to learn and are interested in what you're seeing and what you've been teaching us, you know.
yeah. But I really do hope that the EMAs and the information I gave you guys earlier is fucking definitely helpful, guys.
Oh, what you were saying about the ENAs being upside down or not, that like when I put those on my chart like a month or two ago after watching a bunch of Qualamagi stuff and I started going back through my trades, I was like, oh my God, I'm trading this shit below the EMAs. No wonder, you know, it's fading.
Yeah, you guys want to see what the EMAs upside down look like? Go to VFS, Victor Frank Sam, and look at that. Look at how the EMAs are above the chart and they're upside down. You got the 200 above, you got the 100 below that, you got the 50 and that's like a perfect short. Now, do you guys see the difference?
Oh yeah.
For those of you that haven't spoke, just, you know, That's why EMAs are so powerful. Because if you're trading blind without using this is information that is fucking free. Why not take advantage of it? Right? Another one. Take a look at another
I
one.
I like looking at the Keltner channels, which is similar to any of that stuff, you know, because they're the institutions and these firms and funds, they are working on so much volume and so many tickers that they need to create some type of system in place so they can rinse and repeat.
Yeah.
You know, and I've written a couple scripts. You know, I'm a developer, I'm a coder, so
Nice.
I understand what it means to why they have to do this, and it's not like it's an emotional thing. It's because they're running a business and managing other assets. They have to create this, right? It's a rule that they follow in house. So we use this information specifically to our advantage, right? Because of it. Now, it doesn't mean it's guaranteed, right? It doesn't mean it's guaranteed, but it does mean that you can make a high probability, risk to reward, a nice little opportunity that you can take advantage of. And then Mr. French goes over and like super detailed when he's talking about the candles, like specific moments of when this is occurring, and you can see that through volume. Right, so I like to use the volume profile, and the volume profile just basically lets you know how many trades are happening at a certain price level. And then those moments, right, we say, okay, well, if we have high volume at, I don't know, for example, $1.50, right? All we can say is we know a whole bunch of other fucking people are trading at $1.50, right? Whether or not it's up, down, whatever the reason may be, we know that's happening, right? So say, because that's happening, right, it's highly probable they will probably buy again right? When it retouches it. So that's what is the retest. So that's what people mean when they say the retest, right? We want to watch the retest. We want to see the retest. So that's all they're looking for, right? Is to see if those sons of bitches will still bag up at $1.50 again. And then you're like, oh shit, they fucking are. Okay. Right? And then you just use that, right? You use that. So they create all these different things, moving averages, Kelter channels, relative volume, RSI, all these fucking different indicators, right? All these indicators, because they got to make it difficult for the retailers. But at the end of the day, to make a computer do something for you, it's just a simple program. Buy here, at this price, at this time, and that's it,
Dude, that is probably one of the best, simplest ways of like description. He said it, guys. That was powerful. And that's coming from a guy like a programmer, someone who understands tech. I'm not a techie myself, but I'm trying to give you guys the knowledge that the technology itself uses to make these moves, right? Who was that, by the way?
That was Simon.
That's Simon, brother. What's going on?
What's that, brother? What was your name again? Not your real name, but your tag name.
Yeah, Simon.
Oh, Simon. What's up, dude? I'm glad to fucking have another techie in here. I feel good when I'm surrounded by techie people. Because that's my like crew, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you have to find a way to explain it in different words somehow. So that's kind of like my specialty a little bit. So I enjoy everything that you do, but like for real, like I really do. I take notes when you talk, just so you know. Everyone knows and you know. I want to give you your credit. I take notes every time you talk, right? So
Awesome.
I appreciate the perspective.
Awesome. And guys, one thing I will say, since there's quite a few of you in here, I know that like Blue Cat and Canute and these people that I'm constantly seeing, Scotty LaBouffe, and these people that are and Simon as well. I know they're constantly in here and they're hearing a lot of the stuff being repeated. But for those of you that are not, I appreciate you guys joining and everything, but the stuff becomes eventually very repetitive. Am I right, guys? It's very repetitive, the market does change, but the information is very repetitive. But once you master it, you just got to make adjustments to what the market ebb and flow is, right? We just came out of a very tough month last month. It was a tough month. A lot of people were red, a lot of people were green. It was just a tough month. But now we're seeing a little bit of liquidity back in the market. It's not hot at all. So don't get me wrong, it's not hot. But it is better. This month is starting off pretty good. And so there are ebbs and flows in the market. It's your job. It's your job to make adjustments to your trading. Am I going to go hard? Am I going to step on the gas? Or am I going to pull back a little bit? What is going on with the market?
I'm curious, what was the COVID market like for you then? Was it, you were doing the same stuff basically, it was just you're getting bigger pops?
Yeah, making probably the COVID market was just stupid. It was shit. Nothing made sense, but everything was running. If I could, like, put it this way, a setup that you see now, like, let's just say Verb, since we're all on it. If Verb was on watch, it would not go to 240. It would go to like $6 right now, just for no reason, just because. If CGC was at 84 cents or 70 cents, it would go to $1.50. And so it made all the new traders millionaires overnight. But here's the thing about real professional, like, guys that do this, retailers. Those millionaires overnight, the guys that were posting the Porsches, or not the Porsches, but the new cars, the Lamborghini and the Rolex and the private jets and all that shit, they're gone. They blew their accounts. They're fucking gone. The guys that are making $60,000 a day, $100,000, they're gone. That 19-year-old guy that was driving around the Lambo, it got repoed. Because the market shifted in 2022, I'm sorry. Right?
Yep.
And real traders with real fucking skill are the ones that survived. So that's the difference. Yes, I made millions, but everybody else made millions. So that's the only difference. Now, you really, really have to be a strong, educated trader to be in this kind of market condition. This is a very tough market, even for me. It's a very tough market, but I'm still doing very well. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think I got lucky because the first time I met Roland was back in 2019 when he came out to San Francisco. And, at that time he was like, this is a really tough market, guys, but this is a great time to learn. You're in a really good position for when a hot market comes around. You're gonna know. And I never forgot that because it feels the same way right now. And now I at least have a little more experience. I've definitely learned way more from being in here, and especially with all the stuff that you've been teaching. It's it really is a great time to be fairly new, or at least still trying to find your feet in the market. I feel like, because while it's frustrating as hell, if you can find something that works right now as a newer trader, I just feel like this is the best time, because you're not going to have, your perspective's not going to be all out of whack like all these other people that got started in 2020 and 2021, and you're going to have good discipline and have a proper process.
Because after that, the market needs to flush out the FOMO. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The market, and that takes 2 years for it to really do that. And so that, because man, oh my gosh, when French was just saying Bird would be going to 6, I was walking up the stairs where he was talking about that, and I just literally I felt like I was just daydreaming. I was dreaming of doing back 20,
Oh yeah.
Oh my god,
motherfuckers were full boating every fucking alert.
Like, yo, it's crazy. So, like, having the information you guys are all, you'll know and you'll appreciate a fucking bull market when it's here.
Oh,
You know,
bull markets? Oh my! Here's the thing, guys. Study right now, because when this thing becomes a bull market, oh my god, millions,
You're gonna love
millions,
it. You're gonna fucking love it.
millions, dude, millions. You're gonna feel like everything you touch turns to gold. Like you cannot be stopped. That's what 2020 felt like. Imagine having my fucking knowledge in 2020.
Well,
Oh my god! And imagine being able to hold as long as I hold. You guys know I hold. full size too, not just fucking, it was like every day was just fun. It was so much fun.
you feel like obviously the next bull market when it comes probably won't be anything like that, right? Like that market seemed to be like a once in a lifetime thing, or once every like 20 years or something. Like the last one was the .com boom, right? There was anything close to that?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So like the next one would be kind of like like when the Bitcoin stuff was going, like I guess like that was like 2016 or 2017, something like that.
Yeah.
It'll be just like a kind of watered down version, maybe.
I don't know. I mean, something special happened that year, though. That's a little bit that it made new players. I think volume will increase. It'll attract more volume. Maybe not as much because of the funding and the payments from the government, but at the same time, it did create a whole bunch of new players.
Yeah.
That
I was about to say that. I was literally about to piggyback on that. Go ahead and finish though.
No, go ahead, buddy. Go ahead.
That's a good point, guys. Here's the reason why. Older people have been trading for a long time, right? You used to have to call your broker and say, I want to place a trade, and then they would charge you $5 or $6. Right?
Yep.
That was just recent, guys. Don't forget that. You place a trade, it was $4 or $5 commission. You sell a trade, what we get into now, the scalping, that's $5, $6, whatever your broker charged you. And then the trading platforms, there wasn't that many trading platforms. It was Fidelity and it was fucking, bullshit. So I haven't been trading that long, but I understand that. What happened in 2020 though, it woke something in our country that it kind of did what Instagram did to kids. Instagram made people realize, fuck, I don't have to go to work anymore. I can create wealth with this tiny little phone by doing, attractive or, stuff that catches the eye.
Yeah.
That's what happened with Facebook and all that, TikTok and Instagram. Trust me, my son, everything I'm learning from my son, he's the same way. Dad, I think I'm going to start a clothing line. Dad, I think I want to start a machine wash company. He's full of ideas. That's how these kids are. And so everything is like they see all this sort of newfound opportunities of success online. Now, here's what 2020 did, though. When Robinhood and all those guys came out and they said free trading, fucking game changer. Because it forced all the other brokerages to go to free trading because they got so many new people wanting to trade for free, right? People want to manage their own stocks. They want to manage their own portfolio. Everybody knows that the stock market's a good way to make money, even if it's a little bit. Even if you have a full-time job, just put a couple bucks here into this stock, buy some Starbucks, buy some Pepsi, buy some Coke, and there's no commissions. However, 2020, when that fucking economy shut, every single fucking 19, 18, 20-year-old kid that was at home, that plays video games all day, fucking got behind that computer and became a liquidity for the market. Zero commissions, one. Two, now there's brokerages that have platforms, TD Ameritrade, E-Trade, like all of them, right? Fucking, you can get access directly into the stock world. it was a fucking massive game changer. And so now what's happening is people are actually realizing, the ones that haven't blown their accounts, but they're realizing that you can actually make life-changing opportunities if you learn this stuff. So they no longer have to go get a job at Taco Bell. They no longer have to go to McDonald's. They no longer have to be a waiter, a busboy, or, you know, an Uber driver. If they can learn this fucking particular skill, they can change the trajectory of their life. And so now we have massive amounts of control. It used to be controlled by hedge funds and market makers and all that, right? It was really difficult. But AMC and, you know, the diamond hands and all that whole, it just became sort of a thing now. And now what Twitter and Instagram are to making wealth in the stock market or making wealth on your phone, the stock market is the same exact new thing now.
Man, so true.
Yeah.
It's pretty wild to watch.
No, yeah, it's why it's fucking amazing. I don't know about you, and that's our world. Like we get shiny things and then we like put it to the side and then we just like let it go over our heads so easily. You know, like people forgot what it was like to actually generate revenue for your family, you know, and be able to put your capital to work, be able to invest, be able to become a player, right? To be a player in the marketplace.
Yeah.
That is so valuable that, like I wake up and I say thank you. I literally say thank you every single fucking day because I'm one of those people where it changed the trajectory of my future. Like fucking, it's mind blowing. And if you would have told me this all those years ago, that I could have made thousands of dollars in a day, in 30 minutes or in an hour or whatever, I would laugh at you. Like, it's hilarious. Like, what are you talking about? What illegal shit do I need to do? Right? So that was the mindset of a lot of people, and that changed. So that's enhancing. That's enhancing to our economy, to humans. And then hopefully from this, right, you know, people will be able to stop having to run on that hamster wheel. You know?
Yeah, dude, it's a game changer, man. I came from corporate, you know, corporate, they pay well, don't get me wrong. It's a very stressful, very high level, get paid good money, but you know, you can, the thing about dude, if you're not self-employed, you're going to max out at about 150, 160K, maybe $200,000 a year, guys. Think about that. That was fuck. When I hit 200K in corporate, I was rich. I felt rich. Guys, I made that in my first fucking quarter this year. I couldn't, you see what I'm saying?
I love it. I fucking love it.
It's fucking insane, right?
Wild.
You gotta appreciate that. Don't let that go over your head. You gotta fucking appreciate that moment. You know, take a sip, fucking pinky up. That's amazing.
No, dude, I'm telling you, dude, trust me.
Fucking love you, Simon. That's awesome.
Yeah, dude, that was awesome. See, this is the energy that I like. This is the energy that.
Oh,
yeah. I haven't felt that I feel that all the time, but what I'm saying is I meditate every single day. And every single day I give gratitude. But what I'm saying is it doesn't feel real at times because what you said is true. When I bought my house, dude, and I put down that I made 200K a year, I felt like a big shot. And recently I went to go buy a car for my wife, and my wife's a CPA, so she owns her own business and is very successful. And she's also a day trader as well. So she trades stocks when she's not working, but she only trades for the first few hours of the day. She makes her $1,000 a day and then she leaves. So that's my wife. I taught her everything I know, by the way. And so when we went to the bank to the dealership to go buy our car, you know how they take the application, we were going to finance it to, you know, have to, and the gentleman was asking her, oh, you know, it's going to be on your husband's name. What's he do? Blah, blah, blah. And she's like, he's an equities trader. And he was like, okay, cool. And then, he's like, what's his yearly salary? And what's his like monthly salary? And she was like, about 700,000 a year. He makes probably around 65 to $70,000 a month. And he just like, his jaw dropped. And he's like, oh my, he's like, what does he do again? And then as soon as I came back from the bathroom, all of a sudden his whole tone changed. Hey, so what do you do, man? Hey, what do you do? You know?
Did he pull the Wolf movies? Like, dude, if you make 70K, I'm coming to work for you.
Yes. Dude, the car conversation just completely got removed. He was like, do you trade crypto? Do you dude, the whole conversation just shifted. I'm sure you guys in here that are really successful that have done this, anytime you go out and you tell someone what you do for a living, you're an equities trader, they're like, oh, they just want to pick your brain, am I right?
Yeah.
They're like, they don't want to talk anything about anything else except stocks now. And that's exactly what happened with that guy, dude. It just went from buy the car to like, now we're shifted gears, and it was just the funniest thing. It was the funniest thing.
That's amazing. I love that story. I love that story and experience. That is fantastic. And so that's like, and the reason why that's important too is because like, you know, we want, you know, you want you to notice how powerful this really is, right? Because when you have that type of influence over people, right? You know, they say, oh, they're just day traders, or they're just influencers, or they're just content creators, or they're just this. Like when you think about it, like people that have followers or that can help people change their behavior in the traditional world, you know, that's like equivalency to like a mayor, right? A small town could be like, you know, a couple 10,000s of people. That's like a mayor, a couple 100,000 people. That's like a governor, right? Those are influential type people. So when you have information like this, that can literally get someone to change everything that they're doing and pivot that way, that's, you know, to the system and the matrix that's threatening, but at the same time, for us individuals, it's enlightening, right? It's enhancing to us. So you're gonna see a lot of backlash in this area, you know, in this industry. That's why we see a whole bunch of money focused on, you know, FUD and making people stay away from trading and investing and, you know, save,
big money,
grow, all of that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Just to piggyback on that, big money is doing that now. They're making fun of us. Have you seen that? Have you guys seen that fucking what is it? Ameritrade commercial where the guy is trying to invest, and then he's getting all these memes like, I'm gonna show you how to make $1 million a day and buy this Ferrari or buy this Porsche, you know? And it's like a spoof where it like makes fun of fucking retailers. And it's like, learn how to trade the real way using TD Ameritrade. And I'm like, oh my God. And it's because of, so
wow.
They're already spending money trying to get everyone away from what we do, guys. And here's the reason why it's exciting to give you guys this fucking knowledge that I have. I've never built a course. I don't sell anything. I don't have anything. This is all knowledge, but I would love to do exactly what Roland does and fucking like, you know what I mean? Because here's the reality. It's fun and it's fun and cool to talk about money, but fuck the money. It's the fucking freedom that we get from doing this.
Oh yeah.
Fucking freedom, guys. Imagine a 20-year-old kid making $100,000 a year, sitting behind a fucking computer. An adult, a woman that works from home, that her husband works and she's taking care of the kids. She could literally get behind her fucking computer and trade stocks and make $500, $1,000 a day. And that's the power that this has. So when I get on, I do appreciate you guys because the stuff that I'm giving you guys, it's fucking game changer. I realize that when Roland gets on, he's fucking like so passionate, dude.
Oh yeah.
That guy gets so fucking fired up. And I'm like, that's what I'm talking. It's, you know why? Because he's the living proof that this shit is attainable. But you have to be realistic. And so, you know, it's a double-edged sword, man. It's a double-edged sword.
Facts. It definitely is.
You know, because you could easily get fooled and think that you're going to be the next millionaire, be the next, you know, but you got to do what others are not willing to do. Look at what Roland did, man. That guy he's on a different level, you know? And
Yeah,
that's
kind of like what I was saying this morning, man, because like I was like saying about, you know, you can't just like brute force your way into the shit, right? You gotta take the shit seriously. You know, you gotta, because it's so valuable and you want to treat it that way, right? You know, you want to treat a diamond like a fucking diamond, right? It takes a lot of pressure to make a beautiful diamond, and like you want to treat this knowledge, right? Like it's sacred because it's important, because what this does for me is that I'm able to drive my kids to and from school. I'm able to teach my kids how to play soccer, like physically coach them, right? Teach them how to throw a baseball, right? I can take them to the beach, right? You know, I can be here for my wife at any time, right? You know, and if she needs to go do something, right? This ownership over time is what I was doing this for, you know? And it's crazy powerful and threatening at the same time when no one controls your time. So you got to respect it. And then, but at the same time, you end up learning more about yourself as an individual, and also like who you are in your community, in your local community, or into this world, because when you have so much time, right, you can get yourself in a lot of trouble, right, and do some dumb shit, which is what you don't want. You know what I'm saying? You want to, you know, that's why you have this community, right? You be around good people, you make great decisions, and you help your fellow peer. You know what I'm saying? Because it's really, you know,
Fact.
yeah. Respect the game. Seriously, respect this game, because it will pay you. It will pay you handsomely if you do.
Yeah, like fuck the money, guys. Honestly, look at the potential. Like, dude, the potential, dude, the opportunity. So that's why I say, like, when we get on voice, like, it may sound repetitive, but dude, the moment you fucking start making $1,000 a day, you can send me a message and be like, "Thank you, Mr. French." You could send, you know, Tanner a message and be like, "Thank you so much." You could send fucking Roland a message, "Thank you so much." That right there, dude, that means so much.
100%.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, so. Thank you, Mitnick, for the kind words, man. It's greatly appreciated, brother. Appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah. One thing I will say, guys, don't take the information lightly, man. This shit is powerful.
Oh yeah.
This shit is powerful, dude. Those EMAs, look at how the EMAs are curling now. You guys see that, right? And look at how it's getting shorted. Look how it's getting shorted. But look on a larger time frame. This is a beautiful key level right here on the 5 minute. If you look at the key level, this is where support is right here. And the EMAs are still kind of open. So we can still get an opportunity for this to base right here.
And you got that whole level, $2.
Yeah, and then reverse right back up. And that's exactly. Now do you see how everything correlates to time, correlates to like look what time it is. Like literally shorts came into the market and shorted it. Again, the reason I wasn't interested in taking Verb when we were on it earlier, that pop right there. And what did I say? What did I say? Everybody heard it. It's going to reject at 240. If I was
Yeah.
a short, I would have fucking slammed 238, 240 to go short, and I would have just rode this bitch all the way down to 2. That would have been a 40-cent fucking win, guys. Now do you understand how I know how shorts trade? Now do you understand how you can see longs? Big eye opener. It's like having a skill. It's having this skill right here, Raj.
Yeah, man, I'm gonna spend a lot of time on demand, and this is giving me like a direction as far as to how to spend that time on demand.
Yes, yeah, for sure, dude.
One of the things I've realized that's like so important is not necessarily like everyone's always saying like screen time. Got to get your screen time. You got to study. You gotta put in the hours. Blah blah blah. But it's I've gotten to the point where I realize, and what's been so frustrating for me, and what like the first kind of like hill that I want to crest over is knowing how to spend my time. It's not like just necessarily like the work smarter thing, but it's like your attention needs to be put in the right place. Otherwise, you're just going to be spending time in front of the market and not really learning. And like I've definitely used on demand and stuff, but I haven't paid super close attention to the tape in the level 2 and tried to understand these key levels, how the tape in level 2 react to those levels. So it is very eye opening, and it's going to really help me dial in to putting my focus and attention to the market in an intelligent way, if that makes sense.
No, you're absolutely 100% accurate. Here's the reason why. You don't know what you don't know.
Right.
If you don't know this shit, you would have never been able to narrow it down. And you're right. The biggest mistake people make is they study. There's no doubt that everyone in here fucking has ambition and wants to be the next, or wants to be successful, regardless of who being who. They just want to be successful. They want to know, and they want to be at a level that a lot of elite traders are. But you don't know what you don't know. And so you spend your time, your valuable time, on trying to figure it out and making mistakes and doing a lot. And what I'm doing, guys, here's what I'm doing. I'm fucking giving you like literally a masterclass for fucking free just because I'm part of this team now.
You the man.
I'm literally coming in here and telling you how I made $4,000 today. And what tools I used. Nothing fucking simple, nothing hard. Just here it is. Here's what I saw. Here's what I used. Here's blah, blah, blah. And that's it. And so, okay?
Would you say to get to your level, it's more about the simplicity versus like making things not necessarily like complicated, but like, I see certain people with like, crazy fucking spreadsheets, and they're tracking all of this information, and they're doing, they're doing the most.
That was me.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, how you learn all this shit? That's what I'm saying. The only reason you guys are getting it is because I'm just giving it away. That was me. I had it all. It's Excel spreadsheets, fucking papers all over my walls, seeing a bunch of shit, just crazy. I was fucking crazy. I needed this to work.
Yeah.
I needed this to work.
Yeah, I think they were totally just kind of like not realizing what went into you being able to just like talk like this. You know what I mean? Right? Because you didn't just all of a sudden read a book and then like, oh yeah, I can just regurgitate this information. Right? So the way he communicates is strictly from experience and watching price action.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the cool thing about it, it's obtainable for everybody, right? So you can do the same thing, and so listen to how he explains how he does it. But you're gonna put in time. That's like you're not getting around that at all.
Yep.
Yeah, by the way, guys, I just took a Verb down here at 205. So I saw the reversal, I saw the soak. I wanted to say something, but I was like, fuck, I saw the soak. We should see a push back. Look at this. Fuck yeah.
No, I was definitely watching it too, man, and it helps that you do say it. It doesn't necessarily mean you need to tell us when you're about to do it. That might not even be the right thing to do because there's probably people who will want to chase that shit. But
Yeah.
it made me realize like I probably should have been watching the tape down at that key level because I knew we were getting to that key level there.
Told you guys, I'm telling you, fucking spot those key levels, boy.
Because I was looking at it at like 212 when it pulled earlier below VWAP, and I was like, okay, if this doesn't hold, the next key level is probably going to be near that 2 area from the like morning when it had that big sell off at like 7 a.m.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep adding. I like it. I think we're gonna see a big reversal. Remember, this thing, me personally, it needs to go. We should see all the way to VWAP later today, but I was able to capture that 205 while I was fucking talking. But no, so the reason, one thing I will tell you, I make it sound so simple, guys. I make it, but I was that fucking guy. I was fucking obsessed with trading. I was fucking obsessed with learning this because, like I said, that day that I spent my whole weekend and I made $3 million on paper, I said, fuck, what if that was real money?
Yeah.
What if that fucking real money, dude? Think about that. What if that was real goddamn money? Fucking holy shit. That's what blew my mind. And I was like, that's it. I'm done. I'm fucking gonna just, I was already a smart guy, so I used all my brain power to fucking figure it out. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's how I felt when I paper traded that one day and made that 3K just trading with 10K positions. I was like, oh my God, like this, you can do this for sure. I know there's people doing this. And now I'm fucking listening to one of the guys doing it.
Oh, hey, appreciate it. Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
No, it's mind blowing, man. In a way, it's very, it's just, it's helpful because it makes me feel like, I was seeing something that wasn't, delusional.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Like, you almost see it, but you're like, I don't know if that's fucking accurate. But
Yeah.
I mean, something there. I don't know. So here's what my expectation on this is, right, guys? So I'm in at 205. I got my stop in at 204. I'm going to probably take it all the way down to 203 just to give this some room. But I will be adding these dips down here. This is where, like, look what time the time is. It's 10:20. Market makers are not coming back from lunch. They're not. It's Friday. Remember, Fridays, they don't come back until 12. But I'm definitely watching this key level right here. And so if it starts to accumulate down here, I will start accumulating a bigger position. And I'm expecting a move back all the way to my first price target, 216, second price target, 223, third price target, 230. And you guys want to know how I'm seeing this? Key levels right here. I'm gonna give you the exact key levels of what I'm seeing. If you look to the left, you can clearly see resistance. Want to take a picture of it real quick? Let me upload it, guys. I'll be right back. you guys see that larger time frame right there, right? Larger time frame. We have a big walk down, but now you can clearly see where my trend lines are. The trend lines are going downward. And look at what we're at, guys. We're on the 100 EMA, the 100 exponential moving average. And look at the trend line. The bottom of that trend is the trend. That's why I was able to capture literally the fucking bottom of that. Right?
Yeah.
203 dumped, and then you see a higher low. I loaded at 205. So it came right back down. I'm still in 203. And look, it's still holding right here, trying to fucking shake my ass out. I'm not fucking leaving though. And look, where my first price target, you see that line going across? That's where resistance is. That is 216 area. That box above VWAP, the dotted line is VWAP. That box is resistance. That is 230 area. Give me a thumbs up on that picture if you guys see exactly what I see now on the 5 minute. Using those EMAs.
So you said that resistance was 216? That white line?
It's about 216 to all the way to 219. That like it's a range, right? So it's
Yeah, how are you seeing that? Because like when I started looking, I was looking at like the 229 from that like first kind of high of the day, and I was kind of seeing like on the
that would be, again, that's where the box is. Again, that's where resistance is too. And
Okay.
Here's the reason why. You can see that algos trade finite. They don't trade, they trade finite. They hit a price target and then they go back or they go back up, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you see that trend line on the very top using the larger time frame, you can clearly see that. You can clearly see that that's where it wants to go. It wants to go back up to that 229, 230 area. That's where that box is. However, it needs to break that resistance. And the reason being resistance is when people buy, there's a lot of people that hold, and they don't get out, and they're bag holders. You got to remember, bag holders will hold this stock down. Bag holder city is between 216 and 220. So it needs to break that. The one thing that we have on our side, though, this is a key level to the left. That lower trend line where it's literally bottomed out at 203, 204. And that is all your support. So those are all longs to the left. So hopefully we get a nice big fucking reversal. And we got to break through that 219, 220. But again, here's why it's in our favor. This is short sale restriction. So once volume comes in and starts pushing it, it can possibly break that with ease. Oh, Dulio, sorry, it's verb. Since we've been talking, it's verb. But do you guys see that? Do you guys see that? I'm glad there's 20 thumbs up, cool. You guys see that now, right? So this would be a nice play for a reversal. And this is what I'm talking about. Reversals are where there's no more selling pressure. If you look at the volume on the 5 minute, look at that volume on the 5 minute, guys. Look how little it is. Look at how selling has diminished. Selling has diminished. So shorts can't push this down anymore. So
Mr. Frank,
Yeah,
consider
go.
this the accumulation phase of this?
Yeah, and this is where your skill of tape reading and level 2 come into play. And also using the 5 minute candles to see. Now what we do is we look at what's being going through the tape. Look at it. Right? You keep seeing it.
Bouncing off the 100 right now.
Exactly. Key level.
Right.
Key level. Needs to hold. Could break back down, could continue down towards 2, right? Could break towards 2, but it's a key level. Hence, it's your job to swing at the pitch if you are right. If it's a foul ball, don't swing, am I right? And look, I got stopped out. No big deal. Took a little paper cut there. And look, You see someone soaking, 2,000, 2,000, and then they stuff them, okay? And that's why we use stops. Exactly. That's why we use stops. And so all those people that didn't sell or didn't use stops, they're selling now. So there's two. This is a major key level now. So still in this range, I'm gonna just wait until this decides to either confirm more or now I'm not interested. But that's how like my trading is. It's very simple. And then I put a stop and I allow it to do what it's gonna do. The algo is not ready. It's not ready to reverse. Cool. Lower leg. Cool. I'm not gonna add. I'll just take my small paper cut, and then you know, did that help, guys?
Yeah, definitely. I gotta ask. It's probably a stupid question, but or repetitive, but still like that like 216, 217 area. Like I definitely see the 230 because like on the or the 229 because on the 5 minute chart you can see a lot of wicks on those candles right at that 229 area, just kind of getting stuff there. But that other area, like the 216, 17 area, what made you decide that was resistance?
Because when the stock is breaking down, right? When the stock is breaking down, shorts are going to, like, you know how we buy, right? We buy, and some people buy as the chart goes up. They're buying, right?
Mm-hmm.
Shorts are piled in right there. Shorts, if they're piled in all the way from like 229. Once it broke VWAP, shorts fucking started slamming this. So shorts are all piled in right there. And you gotta remember, there are longs, there are people that, not like you and me, that buy and sell on the same day. People buy and hold. For bag holders. So when there's this much liquidity, there's 63 million shares traded. You got to remember, there's some regular people that bought this stock, and they're probably in around that area. You guys use it. You guys have volume analysis. What is that?
The volume profile.
The volume profile.
Yeah.
Take a look. There's probably it's big right there. Probably, right? I don't have it. Does anybody have volume profile? And could someone post volume profile?
Yeah, I'll post.
5 minute.
TOS has a
Yeah, I'll take a screenshot. Oh, for Verb?
Yes, please.
Gotcha.
Right? I don't, again, that's one of the things that I don't use. Oh, could you use it? Yeah, there you go. Now notice the volume profile right in that area. Exactly. Do me a favor, grab that area right there and highlight it. What is that? That is
like 220 to 216, 217.
Exactly. You see? And I don't even have volume profile. I see shit. I'm telling you. You start to see shit like this, dude. I'm telling you. This is how I see shit.
Yeah, TOS on their volume profile, like you could see on the chart that I posted, there's a gap like midway through like at that 216, 220 area. There's like a gap in it. And they call that the point of control on Thinkorswim. I think that usually is like that kind of, the highest volume area.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and
it is.
And that's what I mean. That, like, I don't need that to tell me where. I just kind of already know.
Mm-hmm.
But I just...
So, Mr. French,
Yeah.
right now we have an inside bar going on. Would
Where
that
at?
be on Verb right now? Is
No,
that
no.
not in bar squeeze
No,
going on
not...
there?
No.
Oh, sorry. 5 minutes.
Yeah. No, it's all right. But look, they pushed it down to 199, 2, and look, it held. Look at that shit, right?
Yeah.
So guess what? I was in too fucking early. I don't fucking mind, but I'm glad that because now that I'm starting to watch this, look what just happened. That thing got fucking soaked. So I'm going to start watching dips now. I'm not going to touch this right here. I want to start adding around 203, 201, 2. Again, I add these dips, I don't add these breakouts. But if you look, here's one thing that I will consider. Look at the 5-minute volume candle on last red candle.
Yeah.
44,476 shares were sold into that candle. And look at the green candle on this one.
Yeah.
It's only 16,000 shares. So you see the difference? I pay attention to the volume.
Yeah.
So my thought is I'm going to be watching this. Sorry, I'm getting feedback. Can someone mute yourself, please? So what I was saying is I'm just going to pay attention to this level. And what I want to do now is I want to see accumulation. I want to see the algo. I don't want to see people, right? I don't want to see people. I don't want to see shorts covering. I want to see the fucking algo itself. And how you could spot the algo is repetitive buying of the same accumulated number. You'll see it. Algos buy in repetitive numbers. And it'll buy for 5, 10, 15 minutes. It'll just accumulate real small. They don't want it to be spotted. But you'll see it on the tape. Buying. Oh, can you guys hear? Did we get muted? Anyway, you'll see buying. Oh, okay. You'll see buying, and it's the same fucking number over and over. And then again, pay attention to like large buys, small buys. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense, guys? So that's kind of what we're gonna see right now. So I want the reason why I want another dip is because I want shorts to try to continue to push this down. I want shorts to finally push this to where it will no longer go. And then once shorts have exhausted their buying or their selling power, they will have to cover. And once they cover, they're gonna fucking add fuel to that fire. Give me a second, guys. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Can you guys hear me?
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
we got you.
All right, cool. All right, and you notice, look, it's stagnant, it's stopped. But you see 50, 50, 50, 50, you see that little algo just buying 50, 50, 50, 50, right? So let's keep seeing this. I want another dip back down to 203. Okay, good thing too. I'm gonna wait for this to dip back down. But look, you see how that 5-minute candle just, like, it is bigger. It is literally half of the previous red candle on the 5-minute. Half means that we are holding right here. Algo hasn't picked a direction though yet. What time is it? It's 10:37. Haha. It's different with every algo, dude. Sometimes you can spot them. Sometimes they buy in increments of 1,000. You know. Man, XLA. Sorry, that's probably a big miss on my part. But sometimes they'll buy in increments of 1,000. Sometimes they'll buy in increments of like 500. Sometimes they'll buy in increments of, just it's really weird. That's why I tell you, just pay attention to the tape and see if we can spot them. If I can spot the algo, then I'll be able to like add to it. But see, right now there's no liquidity. The volume is completely dried up. Completely dried up. That's why I'm not trying to buy right here. I need it to dip back down to 203. Because that algo slammed it and then bought it right back the fuck up. So here comes the dump. Here comes the dump. Let's see if we can spot this algo. Come on, walk it down. Walk it down. Guys, take a look at EZGO. Wow, that algo's on. You guys see it? Yeah, Duce and Kucherik. Yeah, exactly. Pay attention to stuff like that. It could be two things. It could be retailer. It could be a small retailer buying, right? But I don't think it is. I'm watching level 2s real quick. Give me a second. And here's gonna come the selling. It should sell off right here.
On Verb or Easy Go?
Oh yeah, no, I'm watching Verb.
Okay.
Yeah. See, there's 204. So it should just continue to walk this down. So this is called, again, guys, this is a controlled walk down.
Yeah, like where did you learn like those terms? Or is it just kind of something that you recognized and kind of coined the name?
That's my shit, yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, a lot of the stuff is just, to me, it's like controlled because it's an algo, right? They're controlling the narrative.
Yeah.
There's the dump to 203. I'm gonna keep waiting. Let's see if this fucking algo, let's see what it does. Watch level 2. Level 2, you'll be able to spot a buyer if he's here.
Big red print at 203 for 10,000.
Yeah, probably a short, try to get out, they have to cover.
87.
Here's another sign that it's not ready yet, guys. Look at the 15-minute candle. The 15-minute candle is not, the volume is still very low.
But do you like how it's sitting on the 20 EMA? On the 50, oh, that's a 30-minute chart. Sorry, I'm looking at the wrong chart.
I don't see a buyer just yet. So this is just still very slow, guys, very slow. Sometimes nothing will happen. You know? And it's still 10:43, so market makers, remember, they don't come back from lunch until like around 12 on Fridays, Pacific Standard Time.
And on like Monday through Thursday, you're saying they go to lunch at 12 Pacific and they come back at 1? Or
Give
not,
me a
sorry,
second.
not
Hey, you see that big seller? You see that big seller right there? Big seller.
at
Right
205?
Yep. You guys see him?
Yeah.
That's a seller. That's not a good sign. See that seller? He's walking it down. He's at 205 with 14,000 shares. He's trying to walk it down. That's a short. He's putting his ask right there so he can cover. You guys see that, right? That's a short with size trying to get out.
10K at 205, right?
205, yes. You see him.
Yep.
So now you know where shorts are.
So I'm seeing a lot of like red prints on the tape at 204. Is it?
He just covered. You see how that thing popped?
Yeah.
He just covered. He just fucking got out.
Wow.
Okay. Now he's at 208. So this thing's gonna squeeze his ass out. Watch this squeeze, guys.
Oh, yep.
Watch this squeeze. This should push all the way back up to like 216, 218. Also, look at that 5-minute candle. So we just nailed that fucking bottom. I took some at 205. I'm gonna go ahead and hold all the way for a reversal. I'm gonna set my stop in at 204. It's that simple, guys. That simple. Look, now the buyer is on 207.
Oh,
You
yeah.
see that buyer? 207? Boom,
Yep.
level 2 right there. So now, and look, that 5-minute candle just closed. There's confirmation that we're gonna get a reversal. We should start climbing all the way to fucking 216, boys. Let's fucking go. First price target, 220, 216. Just gonna sit here and be patient with this motherfucker and not gonna fucking sell out. Boom, let's go. Look at that volume. Boom, baby, let's go. There's 212. Just being patient. You just gotta sit and fucking be patient. Ride this bitch out now. Biggest price target for this would be VWAP. You see, we still fucking sitting here holding, not selling. See, so now what you saw was scalpers. They all got out of the way. That was a small pot. And that's what you're seeing. That's why scalpers fuck up trades. Because they get in and they instantly sell for fucking green profits. And they're subpar trading, guys. Fucking so weak. Such weak traders. And look, as soon as the algo recognizes that the fucking sellers and the pops are gone, now we're going right back up fucking up. Yes, sir. And shorts they're gonna start to cover soon. They're gonna start to cover because this, as soon as this breaks 212, we'll pop to 216, 218 because 212 is where shorts are in. So once we break that area, Watch the level 2s. We're at 210. There's a seller right here. They're trying to protect this area. Yeah, this might take a while. This might be a while, but I'm gonna sit here. I got my stop in, guys. I would suggest anybody take this. If you did, just put your stops. Let the fucking play work out in your favor. You clearly see this shifting in the tape. There's more buyers than there are sellers. We just need to break through this area. That 5 minute is pushing. Here we go again, 210. Watch that 210. There's 7,000 shares right here. That seller needs to remove out of the way. As soon as he's moved out of the way, we can go and push towards that 212, 214. Look, big buys, 5,000, 2,000. There we go.
Yeah, he's getting chipped away.
He's getting chipped away. You see that now, right?
Yep.
Look, boom,
Yeah.
211. You see what I mean? Now you guys can see reading tape level 2s?
Yeah, it's mind blowing.
And you just gotta sit patient. You gotta sit patient. This is why fucking being in a trade is fucking awesome, and yet your butthole's quenched the whole time. You know what I mean? But look where you're at. You're in at fucking 205, 203. Like, you're in at the bottom, dude. This thing could fucking rip all the way back up to 230. And that's where I would want it to go. So I'm gonna hold. Yep. Look at that body. You can see the shift. This thing is fucking. I'm ready. Let's go. Let's go.
That 50 EMA on the 5 minute chart is what they're kind of trying to protect, huh?
Yes. However, look at the EMAs on the 1 minute, how it's curling.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
So it's going to be a battle back and forth, right? If I'm in too early, I'm in too early. I don't care. But I see a big reversal happening. And so watch, longs are going to buy these dips because they see what's happening. They're going to buy this dip right here. And you could see it on the tape play out. You could see what people are thinking. You could see what the algo's doing. I might add some more right here. Let me see if I can fucking add just a little bit. So you see how it's holding, right? Same thing, where now it has to form higher lows. So this is a higher low, and then we should see another pop. Again, this is all just waiting, being patient. So I'm in at 205, I'm still in. Look at this thing get soaked. There's 2,500 shares there, 1,000 shares. So buyers are seeing this right here and they're stepping in. So we should hold this right here. You guys see that 4,400 shares at 207? It's slowly getting soaked. You should pop right here. Trying to come to my price target, trying to come to my entry, but I'm not. If it triggers me out, that's fine. I can always re-enter. I'm gonna hold.
I don't want to distract from the current lesson, but when we're done watching tape and everything, I do want to ask you about tape reading without DAS's level 2.
Yeah, look at that soak, guys. Look at that tape. Look at that soak right there. Yep. Nice. You see, and that's what I'm like, that's how I stay in the fucking trade long enough to let it go in my favor.
So, Mr. French, for us newbies, the clue there was we saw 207 had two market makers there under, it was at 700 shares, but yet we had like a whole ton of shares go off at 207, and they didn't really move.
Walked up now. Look how it's being walked up. Look at that with on thin air. The algo is right here. So he's accumulating this area. Keep an eye on CGC as well, guys. CGC. Look at this. Look at Verb, guys. Being walked up. This algo's gonna fucking squeeze. Come on, boys. Let's fucking go. You see how easy that was, guys? You guys see it? Now on thin air, this fucking thing's, look where we're going. 211. Let's squeeze.
There she goes.
You guys saw it fucking live. We should squeeze all the way to fucking 216. That's my next price target. And then we'll see what happens at fucking 216.
I got a booter.
Get ready for that horn. I was watching CGC, but I'm not interested anymore. I didn't like how it just sold off. Verb, still the fucking one, man. Still the one. This thing, oh, it's beautiful, dude. Beautiful to watch these algos trade. You guys see that?
Mm-hmm.
That's why you don't need to panic. That's why you just let the algo do its fucking job.
It's mind blowing, man. It's just so eye opening. Makes you look at the chart completely in a completely different way.
Yeah, I'm up, and I haven't secured nothing, guys. This is how I sit patiently. I fucking can sit in a trade, fucking, and just relax. Watch this algo soak this up again. He keeps soaking this up again. Let's see that. Yep, there he is again. 206. There's a buyer right here. So he probably needs to accumulate more size. That's what I mean by when algos haven't accumulated enough size. They'll just keep fucking accumulating and holding it at a certain price, and then walk it up, walk it up, walk it down, walk it up, play games. Make 6,800 shares right there. I keep seeing a buyer 500, 500, 500. Keep seeing them buy right here. There he is again. You guys see him? Look at that. There he is again. There he is again. Look at that. Motherfucker. You guys saw that.
Oh yeah.
They're fighting right here. That's a long and that's a short. They're fighting each other. That's what you guys are seeing. Come on, baby. Squeeze up. Sorry, I need to get off live because I'm gonna fucking get so hyped right now.
Come in.
Better get your time in with Waze. He's gone.
Okay.
Come on, give us 2 fucking 16. 214, 216. Come on, baby. Gotta talk to her nice, guys.
It keeps it looks like it keeps basing off that 100 EMA now.
Yeah.
That's right at that 206, 207.
It's accumulating right here, though. That's what I'm saying. It's accumulating. So it keeps like dropping it and then walks it right back up. So I'm just waiting for the algo to finally break out and walk it past 212 and then squeeze. Once we get past 212, it will pop. So I'm just, like I said, just patiently fucking sitting my ass on the sidelines, letting the algo do what it does.
Yeah, that 212 area is super key. I mean, it's also that big dip where that big dip held earlier, at like 9 a.m.
Yeah, because there's not much selling. If you look at the selling is gone. It's all accumulation. Look at those, the last 15-minute candles. The last 5 minutes, there he goes. Look at the last 5-minute candles, last 3, 1, 2, 3. It's all accumulation, guys. Huh? Here we go, boys. Come on. Do it. We'll see a fucking nice big flurry of volume come in, guys. Watch. So again, you're seeing shorts trying to hold this down, trying to fucking hold this down. Yep. You can see big buys now, 3,000, 1,000. So there is a hidden buyer right here. Oh shit. That's getting soaked. Getting soaked. See that? That's a retailer. 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, 2,500. Someone else sees what we see now. So someone else, that's a retailer buying in. You guys see that, right?
Yep.
So someone else is a smart buyer, and that's smart money right there. Another trader is seeing what we're seeing from somewhere else, and he's loading up right now. Boys, let's go! Let's go. Let's fucking get VWAP. Let's get fucking VWAP. Fucking game changer, right, boys?
Oh
Game
yeah.
changer.
There she goes.
Squeeze.
Boom.
Look at this fucking squeeze. Look at
Damn.
this fucking thing squeeze, boys. If it breaks 216, we're going right to fucking VWAP and then 230, boys. What the fuck was that? That's just the algo. I'm not fucking leaving. Fuck that. More soaking. More fucking soaking. I still think we squeezed the fucking VWAP and 230. Yeah, that price action is fucking.
It's awesome. There's some big buys in there.
There really were. I'm telling you, once we hit that, what did I say? Once we hit 212, it's gonna pop right
Oh,
to
yeah.
260. We still should squeeze more. We still should squeeze more. It ain't done yet. I'm just gonna move my stop up. Okay. For everybody that's on voice, tell me what you learned today. Tell me what the fuck you learned today. Please. Please.
So much that my brain's melting, dude.
Learn
lot
how
for
to
the-
spot the algos in the level 2.
Learning how to see like the same number of shares being bought over and over again.
And what price did I get in, guys? 205.
Yep.
This thing hit 218. I'm still fucking holding. I'm still holding because I want this thing to go back up.
Yeah, watching that live, I feel like all the time I've been listening to you over the last few weeks, man, it kind of all accumulated right there, and it started coming crystal clear.
Yeah. It's a game changer, guys. That's why I have 82% accuracy in my trading.
Yeah, makes sense.
When you just sit and focus on one fucking chart or two or three, you don't have to be all over the place. You don't have to fucking, be running around trading all this, guys. Just like literally just fucking learn this stuff.
And now the 9 EMA, oh, never mind.
Well, remember, I told you, there's a lot of resistance right here. A lot of resistance. Right. I'm
Yep.
holding because we got to get rid of these sellers that are right here, and shorts are trying to attack this as well. So what I'm saying is it has to break this area. I said it before. Remember I said it, guys. It has to break this area because this is a key. If it fucking breaks this area, oh, she gonna go hard.
It's crazy how accurate that 216 to like 218 area was that you called, because like I put a box on my chart that's like hit that just perfectly.
Right, and that was amateur profit takers right there that caused that. So I'm still fucking holding, bro. I'm still holding, man.
Yeah.
Fuck that. I'm still fucking holding.
Oh, here we go.
You can see it. It wants to fucking squeeze, dude. That shorts are hitting it again. Shorts got their sales right at 218. You can see it. If it breaks through 218, another pop. Watch.
Yeah, that shit is soaking for sure. Big seller
But you
at
see how
218.
people could easily get fucking scared and shake it out, and scalpers will take little profits.
Yeah.
You see the difference? You see how those guys, they'll never fucking make real money, dude. They'll make a little bit of money, but they won't make real life-changing money. So if Roland asks you guys, what'd you guys learn or anything, please be my guest. Tell them. Make sure, because me and Roland right now, we're kind of talking about me doing this for the team as, as something extra.
Yeah, man, you're a fucking legend for doing this.
This is kind of mind-blowing because before I thought that, reading the tape, it was more for OTCs because you are in the challenge. Team Sykes, they only focus on saying that. And wow, this is crazy. And it's the first time I think there's someone is teaching how to really read the tape.
Yep. Yep. I take tips, Venmo, all of it. I take it off.
Really,
Yeah.
anything you want.
That's where the 82% win rate comes from.
I'm telling you guys. Remember I told you guys earlier, that's why I like bigger moves, because I see what's happening and I see exactly what's gonna transpire. You just have to be patient. You just have to sit in the trade longer. We've been in this, how long have we been on this, guys? We've been on the fucking phone or on voice talking
Couple
about
hours.
for hours. I did say watch GG start CGC. Unfortunately, I missed it. Unfortunately, I did miss it, but it's because I'm on this one. But it is trading very nice. CGC is trading nice. You guys see the difference in that one and this one? It's
Yeah.
trading really nice. Yeah, real smooth, real uptrend. Not a lot of like bullshit.
It's very linear.
Yeah, and this one is like you have to fight for every fucking penny.
Question: when you say that you put the stop, is a mental stop or actually you put the stop?
No, fuck that, dude. I use a real stop, bro. Fuck that. I didn't use a stop yesterday on fucking and I lost big on the other one yesterday. Big. It took me out.
Why some people say don't put the stop because they can see it, it can make you step it, take you out. That's
Yeah. So you know how volume price analysis or volume, what is that called, guys? The volume
Volume profile.
a volume profile, right? You guys have that, right? That's a very generic system that is allowed for the general public. But market makers, they can actually see where everyone is at. They can actually see where everyone's at. So if you're a big guy, you're a big position, like let's say you take 500 shares and someone takes 20,000 shares and he's right by where you're at. Well, that market maker will fucking control that algo, walk it down and snap his ass out, make him sell, and then walk it right back up. That's why. But because I don't trade with big size, the algo doesn't really come for me. But if someone was in there with big size, the algo would fucking try to go for him. I think everybody's on CGC. Fuck me, guys. We missed that one. I'm going to move my stop up. I don't want to get stopped out. 209 is where my stop is. I'm going to let this play out. Right. Whatever the algo, like if there's very little liquidity, if there's low liquidity and someone with big size starts like front loading or they start buying, the algo will recognize that. Again, the algo recognizes everything. It's a mathematical equation. So it does the math real quick. As soon as you enter the market, it already knows where you're at, even if you have a small size or big size. But it's all in how the algo works. And this particular algo is being a kind of a bitch. It's very tough, very choppy, very, very choppy. I'm still watching it right here. Still watching it. Anyway, big fucking learning lesson for the day, guys. Let's see. I'm gonna go back and read what the comments were when I asked what everybody learned. Rob, boom. Grass fireworks. Thank you. Matt 2, buy support, learn about smart money accumulating size. There you go, Mitnick. That's a very good way to look at it. Smart money. You guys see it, right? We're rolling. He's like, I'm going to start accumulating in this area. I'm going to start buying a position in this area. And so he doesn't just load his entire size. He just starts accumulating. That's the importance, Anna Maria, the importance of an EMA, yes. Daily trader, patience. Be patient. Stock. EMAs and how to pick a stock for every day, how to spot repetitive buys on the tape. There you go. Thank you. That's a good one. Remember key levels. Level 2 in accumulation, Sarath. Simon, the verb, might test my algo, goes green on 2 p.m. exact. Oh yeah, your time. You're in New York, right, Simon? Or no, that's Canuck. Use 15-minute, 5-minute EMAs, trend lines to confirm a key entry point, and then keep your eyes on the volume, tape level 2 and spot algo at 1 and 5-minute chart. There you go. Yeah, exactly. On schedule. Thinking about that. Me and Roland keeps asking me if I want to do something where I get on live voice. And then right now I'm just kind of doing it out of my own will, right? Right now I'm just doing it out of my own, kindness in my heart. But he wants to do it at a level where it's like learning and also live trading. Like what you guys right now got was a fucking perfect example of a live trading session. And how to be able to spot stuff. Yeah, this algo is going right back up. Look at this buying volume. I don't think it's done. I think it was premature. God, man, CGC is going fucking nuts. What a big miss. Simon, you'll co-host with me? All right, I hope that was a big win. I'm gonna go take a break real quick, guys, because it is 11:15. I got about another 45 minutes before power hour. So I want to be able to capitalize in power hour. I'll be back in 1 hour. All right, I'll see you guys.